to lower my A1C.
All right.
You guessed it. Dinner. With new dinner bowls, new dinner flatbreads, and even new dinner sides. For dinner that's crafted and 100% clean. So tonight,
all right, what's
why
going
not
on,
have
guys?
dinner for dinner?
Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you guys like
Maybe
the.
you should save. Maybe
Let
you
me-
should
let me-
invest in your dream. And maybe the right bank for
If you guys
isn't
like
a
the
bank at
new
all.
layout
Achieve a credit
overlay
union.
thing I have,
Banking
it's
for
not
good.
the best thing ever, but it's there. Not too big where you guys can still see the race. I was gonna put a chat box, but goddamn, I can't figure out how to do Streamlabs OBS at all, where I can have interactive shit. But oh well.
You see here, that allows people that maybe can't get out on a boat or afford a boat to come out and enjoy the water. Here at McCormick's, the weather's important to us because of the danger factor.
Hopefully we have a good
I've
race
got the
tonight.
SkyTower weather app in my pocket on
Going.
all day.
I
We need to
still don't
what
know
the
who I
weather's
should go
doing when the
for.
weather's coming in, so we can shut down the
Either
system and keep
Johnson or
everybody
Ryan
safe.
Blaney.
The SkyTower radar app lets us have a great day out on the water.
It would be nice for, especially getting a win here, because I know he's won here before.
It's just so good. I'm feeling those West Coast vibes. And you know, the cast of Entourage consisted of a group of friends from the East Coast that headed out west to make it big in Hollywood. And the same could be said about our NASCAR group, who have headed to Cali for a little racing party on this Sunday afternoon. But our entourage is a little different than Vincent Chase's group because we raced to the finish at close to 190 miles per hour. Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Race Day presented by Coca-Cola Energy, and welcome to our Race Day studio. I am Shannon Spake here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Larry McReynolds and Jamie McMurray are in studio with me, but our entourage here in the studio is just a small fraction of our squad. The rest of the group is holding it down in California, so let's head out there now and say hello to Adam Alexander, Jeff Gordon, Regan Smith, and of course, Michael Waltrip. Hi, guys.
Shannon, I can promise you, we were not going 190 miles per hour in that convertible the other night. That was fun, though.
It's good driving, Turtle.
It was fun, but something just doesn't.
Oh, yeah, you're missing something.
There you go.
There we go. If I'm going to be Turtle, I got to be Turtle all the way. It's West Coast. Get the hat backwards. Let's go.
That was fun. I had a blast shooting that.
Love rolling down the road in Southern California. How good is it to be out here racing NASCAR? These fans are fired up. The infield is packed. Now we just need to go racing, boys.
We're going to throw it back. Can you do that hair thing as we go back, Michael? What an entourage, huh, Shannon?
I would ask Jamie McMurray to do that hair thing, but his hair is not going to move. It's not going to, right?
Don't even go there with me. Don't even start.
I wasn't going
Larry's going to get both of them to go that way.
All right, let's take a look at what's trending in the world of NASCAR besides our hair. Take a look. Ryan Newman update. He stopped by Roush Fenway Racing this week. He got a standing ovation. There's still no timetable for his return, but he has vowed to get back into the race car. Some inspection issues issues in California this weekend. Martin Truex Jr. Third week in a row that JGR has had inspection issues. Ryan Preece and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also had inspection issues. Both of those guys lost their crew chiefs. Kevin Harvick's bounty continues to grow. So any driver that can beat Kyle Busch straight up in a truck race, money. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson are already signed up, and nothing graceful about this. Take a look. We have a little bounty of our own. Nascar-asm? It's Nascar-asm?
The man with no face,
yeah.
Shannon.
He said he's going to put some money if any one of the Fox people can beat Regan Smith in a race. What your mile time is? What, like 6:20?
Yeah, something like
Come on, I'm going to brag on you a little bit.
Okay.
Like 6:20.
I will stay out of the equation. I think you two could outrun Regan Smith if you did it backwards. I really do.
I'm really offended right now.
No, that's a compliment.
Oh, if he's running, we're running backwards and he's...
Yes.
It takes a second, folks. Okay, so those are some of the topics that we're talking about right now before this race starts. What do we think that we're going to be talking about after the race, Larry?
Well, you know I'm a numbers guy. In fact, people say I wake up and fall face first into a stat book every single morning. But the trends show that at Auto Club Speedway, it takes a champion to win the race. The last 14 races, 13 times a Cup champion went to victory lane. The exception, Kyle Larson in 2017. That trend ends. It will be a driver celebrating victory lane we'll be talking about tomorrow on Race Hub. That is not a past champion in the Cup Series.
Well, speaking of trends, the trend in 2020 has been the same guy that won in 2019, won in 2020. Both Denny Hamlin, Daytona 500, and Joey Logano last week at Las Vegas. Kyle Busch won this race last year, starting 17th. We haven't seen a lot of speed from the Toyotas, so can he continue that trend this weekend?
That's what you're watching for. I'm going to go against what you just said. I said a past champion is going to win the race today. That's what I think the headline is going to be. In fact, it's going to be a 7-time champ that's going to win the race today. Jimmy Johnson, he's starting on the front row. Big day for Jimmy out there. His last race at California, and of course, he's a California kid. So any one of those topics would give us a ton to talk about for the next few days. But what about the next few hours? Still a lot more to come here on race day.
Here's what's coming up around the turn. Clint Moyer takes the mic and joins the guys down on the track. Later, we honor Kobe Bryant and look back on a legacy that goes beyond basketball. Then, Michael Waltrip strolls down NASCAR's Walk of Fame and checks in with the drivers before they battle 400 miles. Jimmy Johnson takes us on a trip through the state he calls home. From Auto Club Speedway, where he's won a record 6 races, to the City of Stars, this is Jimmy's Guide to California. All that and more on Fox.
Hello. I saw you move in, and I wanted to welcome you to the neighborhood with some homemade biscuits.
Oh, that's so nice.
And a little tip, Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Oh.
Cookies? Biscuits.
Is there a little nutmeg in there?
Oh, it's my mum's secret recipe.
You can tell me.
It's a secret.
Is it cinnamon?
It's my mum's secret recipe.
Call Geico and see how easy saving on homeowners and condo insurance can be.
I'll come back for the plate.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything. And we're continuing to change. With Jiffy Lube Multi-Care, you can get services on oil changes, brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. You can do more in a jiffy.
It's the Big East game of the year.
Oh, my goodness!
Villanova.
Watch out!
Seton Hall. Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look, the feel, the drive. You've heard what our customers say, the satisfaction, the experience, the convenience, and you've imagined choosing the vehicle that's perfect for you. You've always wanted a premier experience offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles, and it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Choose Winters in Yonkers for personal injury representation you can trust. I'm Bill Winters. Our team believes a strong relationship with you is vital to getting a successful result in your case. We guarantee aggressive, professional representation from a team you can trust. Our team is here to fight for your rights and maximize your return. Call Winters in Yonkers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 888-373-7770.
At Spa Manufacturers, we have good news. A hot tub from Spa Manufacturers is good for your health, relaxing, and fun. Spa Manufacturers, 6060 Ulmerton Road, a quarter-mile east of US 19. Look for the big yellow duck that saves you big bucks.
This weekend is a 7-time champion coming home for the final time. Jimmie Johnson, who got his first career win at this racetrack in 2002 as a rookie, trying to get his 7th victory here today and go out in style when it comes to racing in Southern California. Welcome back to Race Day, everybody, with Jeff Gordon, who won the first race here at Auto Club. I'm Adam Alexander. A bit of a mist. This is not sunny Southern California. The cars are covered up. Our first dose of adversity here.
It is. It's going to be a challenging day for all these competitors because it's just this racetrack, but then you throw in the elements, the cooler temperatures, a little bit of this moisture, watching that radar constantly for these crew chiefs as they try to strategize this race. Going to make it even more interesting, challenging than it already is, not to mention 4 or 5 wide on restarts.
I love that. We'll get to restarts in a moment. First, though, let's go back to Jimmie Johnson. His final start here, a lot of family and friends. His family going to be a part of the start of this race. How do you manage all of the distraction?
I think this is when it starts to sink in, that Jimmie Johnson has made this announcement. This will be his last final season, could be his last time he races here in a stock car and NASCAR competition, at least at the cup level here at Auto Club Speedway. But it all kind of, as you mentioned, started here. Pretty amazing career of what he's done on and off the track. And just going back to that rookie year, I think we saw this guy's going to go on to do amazing things by winning that race so early in his career. And I think the reason why there's so much focus for me on Jimmie Johnson today, besides the fact he's starting on the front row and Cliff Daniels is giving him a great race car, but this guy steps up when the moment calls for it. And I think today is a time where he is highly motivated. Friends, family, this racetrack, hometown, Southern California. I think he steps up big.
We talk about him being the storyline today, and you see him here talking to his teammate, Alex Bowman, who certainly's got a fast race car as well. And there's the family. I mean, this is the time when I'm guessing as a driver, you really start to feel the butterflies and reflect a little bit.
Well, and that's what I was saying, you know, where it all starts to sink in. You saw his girls there along with his wife Chandra, so Lydia and Evie, they're going to wave the green flag today, and he's starting on the front row. How do you not let the emotions get to you when your girls are waving the green flag? It could, what is probably going to be your last race at a track that's meant so much to you. Those are the types of things that Jimmie Johnson's going to have to deal with, not just today, but all season long as we get closer and closer to Phoenix at the end of the season, of just what this career has meant to him, what the people within it, the fans, you know, what he's accomplished, what his family has meant to help him on this journey. And he's not a real emotional guy, but I got to believe a little bit of that emotion is going to kick in today and continue to build as we get closer to the end of the season.
He might not be an emotional guy, but he is a competitive guy. And that move he made on the final restart, going down below the white line around Tyler Reddick last week, I think he served notice. I'm here to play. Yeah. This is not some joyride to the end of my career. It'll be fun to watch Jimmie here today. Let's look at odds for this afternoon's race. It's round 3 in 2020. We start with long shots. These numbers provided by Fox Bet.
Well, it's a very unpredictable racetrack. We're going to see guys that are good on short runs, long runs, but look at Matt DiBenedetto, 40-1, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 45-1, Eric Almirola 50-1. Those are guys that I think are capable of winning this race today.
I look at Chris Buescher, and I know at 120-1, that's a true long shot, but if he were to win, and he could, that would be an enormous payoff.
There's something I want to look at on this page, Adam, and that's Alex Bowman. His odds coming into this weekend were probably like 50 or 60 to 1. He won both practices. He's got a fast car, short run, long run, and now 10 to 1. Pretty good odds right there for a guy that can win this race.
Look at Byron down there at 25 to 1, a guy that we feel like is so close to getting his first career victory. Whoever it is today, and we certainly could see a surprise, one of the contributing factors to today's event is going to be those restarts. They were crazy last week in Vegas. We expect more of the same here today. This is some of what we saw last weekend.
Yeah, and last week's track is not near as wide as this racetrack is. Maybe the grip goes away sooner, so you don't see him 3 and 4 wide as much, but look at him bump draft in the back straightaway last week, Las Vegas. This is going into turn 1. That outside line's getting pushed, so we see some bump drafting going on. Ryan Blaney gets the push from Jimmy Johnson, shoves him by his teammate Joey Logano, and even Joey Logano to me impressed me. Here's a guy right at the start, as soon as you pass the start-finish line, jump on the gas, go 3 wide. We're going to see a lot of this and even more as we get here to Auto Club Speedway. They're going to be 4 or 5 wide. Look how wide this racetrack is. 5, 6 wide. They could go 12 wide if they wanted to here at Auto Club, but when you come off of turn 2, it narrows up onto a flat back straightaway. That's where the action's going to happen today.
We saw it yesterday in the Xfinity race. You can get through 1 and 2. It's getting off 2 and getting back into line where things can really get messy. Now we go to our Xfinity fastest lap. We were hoping to have Boyer here with us for the Boyer breakdown. He's still over at Driver Intros, but he had a great race car in qualifying yesterday on the pole for the 4th time in his career.
Yeah, it was a fantastic lap. Great moment for Clint Boyer. He's really excited about winning the pole, and he's got a great race car this weekend, so don't count him out. I just think what I would have asked him is, how about this race car in the long runs? We've seen here at this racetrack where it has so much fall off on tires, how trimmed out was Clint Boyer in this 14 car in order to win this pole? Can he hold on the long runs today?
Clint not with us today. Hopefully he's back next week at Phoenix, where these two kind of have a little bit of a history.
Talk about running.
you got to go to the booth.
Running the other way.
Have a great call today. We'll see you later on, all right? Let's send it now to Michael Waltrip. Hey, Michael.
Whoa, Adam, I'm over here on the back straightaway, and we're doing a little recliner racing. Man, this is a lot of fun. 5 wide, heck with that. Let's go 6 wide. But I'm busy, man. I got to get to the grid walk. There's a lot going on. I want to find some drivers. Hey, guys, y'all ready to party? How about it, Adam? This is a lot of fun. We'll be right back to Auto Club Speedway in California.
With Pizza Hut's new Mozzarella Poppers pizza, you can switch between 16 fried mozzarella bites and a large pizza. Pizza, then app. App, then pizza. It's your world. We're just making pizza in it. Hurry and try it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Yes, it's the first word of any new discovery. But when allergies attack, the excitement fades. Allegra helps you say yes with the fastest non-drowsy allergy relief and turn any half-hearted yes into an all-in yes. Allegra, live your life, not your allergies.
Duncanville is a hit, and millions of fans are eating it up.
Pass the Paschetti, please. It's spaghetti.
I'll cry the day he says it right.
All new tonight on Fox.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look, the feel, the drive. You've heard what our customers say, the satisfaction, the experience, the convenience, and you've imagined choosing the vehicle that's perfect for you. You've always wanted a premier experience offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles, and it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Choose Winters and Yonker for aggressive representation. I'm Mark Yonker. Let our team fight for your rights and represent you for your personal injury case. Let Winters and Yonker's experience in personal injury law protect you. Our aggressive professional representation will help you get the settlement you deserve. Call Winters and Yonker at 888-373-7770 for your free consultation.
At Spa Manufacturers, we have good news. A hot tub from Spa Manufacturers is good for your health, relaxing, and fun. Spa Manufacturers, 6060 Ulmerton Road, a quarter-mile east of US 19. Look for the big yellow duck that saves you big bucks.
What's in a number? A lot, really. They mean something to us, to our fans. They become part of how we represent ourselves to the world. But the number 24, that one is bigger. Walk onto any field, court, or stadium, the athlete wearing 24 is very likely the star. And the man that came before me in the 24, he created a legacy I try to live up to every day. Today we honor maybe the greatest ever to wear the number, Kobe Bryant. A 5-time NBA champion, 18 All-Star appearances, 2 Olympic gold medals, and that number 24 will always signify something much greater because of him. A number means more when you wear it. It becomes part of who you are. It becomes part of how the world knows you. And I'm proud to wear the number 24. For those who wore it before me, wear it with me, and we'll wear it tomorrow.
Beautifully said. Thank you, William. Welcome back to Race Day presented by Coca-Cola Energy. William Byron, just one of the drivers paying tribute to Kobe Bryant this weekend. Byron has a special paint scheme on that 24 car. Ryan Blaney does as well. And both drivers this week said that they were huge Kobe Bryant fans, humbled to represent him today. And I love that he talked about the 24. When you look at Kobe Bryant, he certainly transcended the NBA, right? He's so much bigger than just a basketball player. And I feel like the same could be said about Jeff Gordon. He's transcended NASCAR.
Yeah, I think 2 decades from now, when we talk about the 24 number NASCAR, we will still include heavily Jeff Gordon in the conversation. When he came to the sport in the early 90s, he moved the needle, and he continued to move it, not just because of what he did on the racetrack, but what he did off the racetrack. And I know William Byron will love to change this stat, but right now, Jeff Gordon is the only driver that's ever won a Cup race driving that number 24. I think we'll be talking about Jeff Gordon for decades to come.
Certainly.
Yeah, look, there's never been a big crossover between the NBA and NASCAR, but some people are bigger than their sport, and Kobe is one of those. So it's really cool to see the 12 and the 24 honoring him today with that special paint scheme.
And we felt that a couple weeks ago, right? When Ryan Newman had his accident, we saw people from all different sports really reaching out to support him and send him well wishes. So that was certainly showed the power of sport. For many people, Kobe was their favorite part of LA, but we asked drivers their favorite part of racing at Auto Club Speedway, which is just outside of Los Angeles.
California's been one of my favorite tracks since I came here in 2016, and you're just able to really move around and do a lot of different stuff. If you restart on the inside, you're kind of at a disadvantage just because guys fan out. Not only the restarts are exciting, but when you get late in runs and tires start falling off and guys are trying different things to make up time, that's really exciting as well.
For one, it's just very wide. You have these long straightaways where it just promotes crazy restarts where you can have 3, 4, 5 wide racing.
You have a lot of options on the track to be able to move around and potentially make your car drive differently, which is, you know, not something we have all the time.
I love coming here. It's a shame we only come here once a year, but I look forward to it every year.
It's fun to go to Los Angeles. It's also fun inside of our studios. Right now, we're going to play a little game we're calling NASCAR Know-It-All. If you've ever seen Jeopardy, it's pretty much Jeopardy. We just came up with a fun name. And for the purpose of today's segment, I will play the role of Alex Trebek. Here are the categories on the board. Larry, up first. Which category are you going to choose from?
I'm going to go with surprise finish for 600.
Surprise finish for 600. Larry, this driver will be the first Chevy driver to get a win this season.
Well, it's a tough one, but I'm going to go with who is Chase Elliott. You just think about it. He's fast every single week, and of the last 11 races that Chevrolet has found victory lane the last 2 years, Chase has won 6 of those 11.
Chase Elliott, you make sure when you answer the question you say who is, right? That's part of the game. He did. He did.
I did it right.
Good job. You get 600 points. Jamie, you're up next. Which category would you like to choose from?
Okay, I'm going to go with Hollywood's new hotshot for 800.
Hollywood's new hotshot. This rookie will be the first to have a top 5 finish this season.
Shannon, I'm going to go with who is Tyler Reddick. I think when you look at Larry, we know he loves Tyler Reddick. But when I look at Tyler Reddick, even last week, the cautions kind of fell the way he needed. He didn't have a good restart, but he could easily have a top 5 already.
T-Red is the guy that Jamie's picking. Larry, you're up next. Which category are you going for?
Let's go with out of character for 400.
Out of character for 400. We haven't seen a daily double yet here on NASCAR Know-It-All, but we are going here. Despite Kyle Larson having 2 top 10s and Kurt Busch not having a top 20, this Chip Ganassi Racing driver will be the first to have a top 5 finish this season.
May not be the answer you expect, but who is Kurt Busch?
Wow.
I like what I've seen out of him this weekend. I think that top 5 comes today. Qualified 4th, top 5 in both practices. I think it gets it today.
We're getting some money on the board for old Larry Mack here. Oh,
Yes.
1,800 right there. Next category is your choice, Jamie.
I am going to go with Best Supporting Cast for 200, Shannon.
Best Supporting Cast for 200. And the answer is this owner will be the first to have 2 different winning teams this season.
Well, there's only 2 teams that have won so far, so I'm going to go with who is Team Penske. And the biggest reason I'm going with that is that Joe Gibbs Racing just hasn't really shown us what we saw at the end of last year. Team Penske has. Ryan Blaney clearly could have won the first 2 races. Joey Logano already has that win, so Team Penske. Who is
Team Penske? Good catch there. Since you guys are tied up, we have time for one more category, and I will choose the category. It's trouble for 1,000, and the answer is trouble is what most drivers yell as they see this person approaching them on the grid.
This is easy.
Easy.
Who is Michael Waltrip?
Over to you, Michael.
Hey, we're on the grid walk. I've caught up with Kyle Busch, and man, you look like a human highlighter. What an outfit.
It's a great opportunity to have Interstate Batteries green out here in California. It's always bright, and the new car looks amazing with the lightning all over it and everything, but you're wearing some rowdy red. Looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, and you're having your juice there.
Absolutely, yeah, getting reared up, ready to go.
Okay, you're starting 17th. It'll be fun watching you go to the front.
Going to the front.
You see where he's heading. Here's Ryan Blaney. Hey, buddy. Michael Waltrip here. We're on the grid walk, and I wanted to say I really appreciate this tribute to Kobe, the fun you're having with your team, and this guy's getting us this
Camera's over here.
Yeah, okay. I'm new at this.
Yeah, I figured you were new. You look new, so it's a new coat, though. It's nice. Really.
Well, that's what I thought. Look what it says.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's been in a box since 2013.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. You ready for today? You feel good?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hopefully this weather clears out of here, but really nice to have body armor, and like you said, the Kobe and Gianna tribute scheme, and then the other victims of the crash, too. It was really nice of them to let us run it. Should be a really good day. I think our car's pretty decent. Just a matter of kind of getting it going and seeing what we can do. This place is so much fun, as you know, and I look forward to being 5 or 6 wide at some point today.
A lot of people are talking they want to get into those Penske files because these cars are so fast, so let them have it.
I want to keep that one locked up.
Let's see what we can find next as we hook down the grid. Hey, Bubba Wallace, Michael Waltrip, Fox Grid Walk.
What's up?
How you doing?
Where's your camera?
Oh, shoot, there he is.
Oh, hey.
Dang it, I keep losing the camera.
I know you're walking too fast.
How you been? How's your day? And a great run in Vegas. Can you follow it up here?
That's our plan. I think we can do 5 spots better today. Our car's really good. Our Victory Junction Chevrolet is really good. So our guys been working really hard and made some good changes throughout the weekend. So we'll see what we got.
I love the smile on your face and the speed you got. Tell Baxter I said hello and you'll know what you mean.
Okay.
See what we got next. Oh, there's Dale Inman, Hall of Famer. Hey, buddy, I'm on the grid walk. I got to run. Only got 15 seconds.
Boy, the other day, and
oh, shoot. He's assaulted me. Hey, Chase, we're going to break. I'm on the grid walk. I got 6 seconds to break. I was wondering if you could throw it to it.
Yeah, we're going to break thanks to Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
There you go.
That's it.
This just in. Is Jonah Hill going to flake out on Martin Scorsese? The world wants to know.
Come on, Jonah, come on. Finally, I apologize.
This is a filet of fish sandwich. This is Arby's crispy fish sandwich. And this is Arby's fish and cheddar sandwich. Ours are 2 for $6. Theirs is, oops, there it goes, who cares anyway. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hey guys, if you're experiencing erectile dysfunction, you can now get treated anywhere. Like here, 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 even here. Okay, maybe not there. That's why we built Romy. so it's easy to get ED meds prescribed online delivered to your door. Just visit GetRoman.com, chat with a U.S. licensed physician, and if treatment is right for you, you'll get genuine medication delivered in discreet packaging. Roman, let's take care of it. Get started with your free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, we're still who you trust. Jiffy Lube. You can do more in a jiffy.
Despite what you may have heard, there is so much more to California than El Cajon, where I grew up. And here at Fontana Auto Club Speedway, where I've won a record 6 races, California is so much more than that. Did you know that just a hop, skip, jump, and 2 hours worth of traffic away is Hollywood? Yes, that Hollywood. The birthplace of and the thrill ride. And I haven't even gotten to the joys of Northern California yet. The Golden Gate Bridge, the Giants, the Raiders, never mind. We can go over that when we get to Sonoma. You know, the place where I've also won. But for now, this is Jimmy Johnson's California.
I love that. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Discover what's possible. Keep moving. Goodyear. More driven. And you just heard him say this is Jimmy Johnson's California, starting on the front row today. I know, Jamie, you had mentioned that
you could tell after qualifying how excited he was, the fact that they were only
5 starts for Jimmy Johnson at Auto Club Speedway. He has completed every single lap of every single race he's been in there.
Looking to break a 97-race winless streak. So let's get this race started. Let's go trackside for opening ceremonies out west in Los Angeles. Let's go down there now.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and remove your hats as the California Army National Guard Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Please remain standing as contemporary Christian artist from Love and the Outcome, Jody King, offers today's invocation.
Heavenly Father, as we rise up today, we do so first and foremost, still having on our hearts and minds Kobe and Gianna, John, Carrie and Alyssa, Christina, Sarah and Peyton. We ask you to bring comfort to those they love, their families, their friends, this day and all the days to come. We ask you to watch over and protect our drivers, teams, and officials today. And thank you, God, for this great nation, the men and women of the armed forces, first responders that have and continue to protect our freedom. Watch over and protect them. We ask this all in your holy name. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, she's tiny but mighty. 8-year-old singer and actress from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rang aloud, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
That little girl is cooler than I will ever be. She wins the day. What a way to kick things off. We'll have command to start engines when we get back right here on Fox.
Last time I bought a used car, I ended up paying too much. It's pretty embarrassing for me and my whole family. The car had multiple owners and accidents. That website didn't know.
Carfax has a better way. Only Carfax.com can give you the most accurate price based on the Carfax report, so you never have to overpay on a used car again.
This is anonymous, right?
Stop the shame of overpaying and start your used car search today at the all-new Carfax.com.
A supersized challenge pushes one team to the breaking point. All new Lego Masters after The Masked Singer, Wednesday on Fox.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look, the feel, the drive. You've heard what our customers say, the satisfaction, the experience, the convenience, and you've imagined choosing the vehicle that's perfect for you. You've always wanted a premier experience offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles, and it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Copeland Moore, and Cuban bread is our specialty. All of our bread is handmade. We're making about 18,000 loaves a day. I like to get up early and watch Good Day and check the weather reports. When I watch the weather, it's not so much about the rain or the temperature, but more about the humidity and how that's going to affect the bread for the day. I grew up in Tampa, and our business has always been in Tampa, Ybor City, so it's real important for me to check what's going on in the local news. My day usually starts around 5 with my 4-year-old, and then Good Day Tampa Bay and a cafe con leche.
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the humble beginning for some and the triumphant return for others. I am where seasons are made and history is written. I am a year-long, furious journey. And in the end, the one name forever etched in history is anyone's guess.
He is joining elite company. Proud of you, buddy.
I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
The heavyweights are back on Fox.
In front of his hometown crowd, the Polish people came out.
The Polish hero and Brooklyn brawler, Adam Babyface Kovnatski,
He ain't getting up!
puts his undefeated record on the line against Robert Helenies, the Nordic Nightmare.
It will be fire against fire.
It's a heavyweight showdown. Saturday at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
The word legacy is thrown around a lot in sports.
Jimmy Johnson has tied two of the immortals in our sport.
How will you be remembered on track, on the court, or on the field? But a legacy is defined by much more than what you've done. It's also what you leave behind, the path you'll pave for your family. And for me, that's my 2 daughters, Genevieve and Lydia, my girls. Being a professional athlete in a male-dominated sport, you always get the question, who's going to follow in your footsteps? But the honest answer is, if my girls want to become race car drivers, I say go for it. I'm proud of them and love them more than anything in the world. And I encourage them to be whatever they want to be. No matter what their dreams, I'll be proud and support them unconditionally because I love them. I love being a girl dad, and I know I'm not the only one. I'm honored to call Evie and Lydia my daughters, and both their unique little personalities in their own ways. So wave that green flag, girls, like I know you can. Dad will be watching from his car, full of pride and probably a few goosebumps.
Oh, my heart. That makes my heart happy right there. We are just a few minutes away from green flag. Welcome to Race Day, presented by Coca-Cola Energy. And just a few minutes ago, Jimmy Johnson was introduced out at California. Take a listen to this.
He comes to us from El Cajon, California, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy is also accompanied by today's honorary starters, his wife Chandra, daughters Evie and Lydia Johnson, and his pit crew.
So special, his family will wave the flag. He is on the front row starting second. Let's go down to get command to start engines.
Race fans, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome executive producer and star of CBS's SEAL Team, actor David Boreanaz.
Okay, race fans, on behalf of our great men and women of the military community, our special operators and SEAL Team, drivers, start your engines!
Who doesn't love a big Hollywood blockbuster? Stars, special effects, lots of action. After 2 races, this NASCAR Cup season has lived up to its billing. While familiar leading men have found the spotlights in victory lane, supporting cast has kept fans on the edge of their seats. So while A-listers like Harvick, Busch, Truex, Elliott are still searching for their matinee idol mojo, we enjoy scene-stealing performances from DiBenedetto, Stenhouse, Wallen, Dillon. So far, they've proven they're ready for their close-ups.
And welcome to Southern California. I'd say sunny because it was here an hour ago. Let's just go with that. They've run 30 Cup races at this track. Half of them have been won by 7 drivers in the field, and my partner has another 3. I'm Mike Joy with Hall of Famer Jeff Gordon. What is it the drivers so love about racing on this 2-mile speedway?
Yeah, Mike, this is one of my favorite racetracks. I think all the drivers will agree. Let's break down this 2-mile Auto Club Speedway, starting with 11 degrees at front straightaway, where these cars will be barreling into turn 1 at over 190 miles per hour, to a very flat 14-degree sweeping long turns 1 and 2. But talking about flat, this track is very flat with that 3-degree back straightaway. But in turns 3 and 4, look at this, Mike, 70 feet wide. You could put 12 cars side by side out there, and trust me, with the lack of grip at this track and as wide as it is, they're going to be using every foot of that from the wall, even on the apron.
Yeah, 4 wide's commonplace. They'll go 5 wide on the pace lap here in just a moment. Does this track suit any particular style of driver?
Well, we talk about some dirt track racers like Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, maybe Christopher Bell. These guys love to slide that car around, and that's what they're going to be doing a lot of here today. They're going to be slipping and sliding, looking for grip. I think a driver that's very smooth with the throttle, but also very aggressive on restarts is going to be a driver that comes out on top today.
Should certainly be fun to watch. We had a little sprinkle during pre-race, but a stiff wind upwards of 25 miles an hour has blown that rain away and blown the track dry. We're ready to race in Southern California on Fox.
Done yet?
Yeah, sorry.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, we're still who you trust. Jiffy Lube. You can do more in a jiffy.
Guys, if you wake up feeling fat, bad back, heartburn, tired, then it's time to get healthy and lose weight with Nutrisystem for Men.
I'm healthier, I'm stronger.
Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Money back guaranteed. Order now and we'll rush you Nutrisystem for Men.
Not only did I lose 60 pounds, I don't snore.
Act now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
Go online or call 877-485-FIT9 right now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, they're changing everything again. Jiffy Lube Multicare. Brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. You can do more in a Jiffy.
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the humble beginning for some and the triumphant return for others. I am where seasons are made and history is written. I am a year-long, furious journey. And in the end, the one name forever etched in history is anyone's guess.
He is joining elite company.
Proud of you, buddy. I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
L.A. People come here to make it.
Jimmy Johnson.
They desire this lifestyle.
Martin Truex Jr.
This beauty.
The California Kid.
This fame.
Kyle Busch hit his magic number 200.
Life moves fast in this town, and you can get chewed up and spit out quickly. Everyone wants the same thing. To have that success and stardom, who'll be the star today?
The rain has stopped. The track is dry. The ceiling is lifting because even Mother Nature wants to see the Auto Club 400 get underway here at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Well, it's been a beautiful week here in SoCal. As you can see from our Fox weather app, Friday, 84 degrees, full sun. Yesterday, partly cloudy. And today, about an hour ago, the temperature plummeted within about 5 minutes down to the mid-50s. We had a brief sprinkle, but now we're ready to race. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. Clint Boyer will start from the pole. He won the pole by less than about 2 feet, and Jimmy Johnson by 7 1/1000ths of a second will start on the front row second. His teammate Alex Bowman won practice, and Kurt Busch, the 2003 winner, in row 2. Row 3, the 2011 winner Kevin Harvick and Eric Almirola, 9th year last March. Joey Logano, 5 straight top 10s here, second last year. And Michael McDowell with a great start. He'll go off 8th. And filling the top 10, Kyle Larson, the 2017 winner, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's already led 54 laps this season. They're going to have a special 5-wide tribute here to Jimmy Johnson and realign the cars. But before that,
I think we need to dial up old 7 time. JJ, this is Jeff and Mike up in the Fox Sports booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
Now listen, I'm not trying to get you emotional or choked up, but my gosh, all you've accomplished since that first win here in Auto Club 2002, that crowd reaction today was unbelievable. You got family, friends, and your girls are up in the flag stand ready to wave the green flag. I got to imagine that it's starting to sink in a little bit that this is your final season.
Man, it really is, and my heart's full. I'm so thankful for what the track has done, and friends and family here in the area. This is a special weekend, and it's made things even more special how fast this LI Chevy is. So I'm ready to get to work, and can't wait to see what today brings.
All right, well, they're letting me, telling me to go ahead and get up to the front for this 5-wide salute that we've got for you. Go out there and have a great day, man.
Right on, buddy. Thank you.
What a cool tribute to one of the sport's all-time greats, and great to salute him while the final year of this career is in progress. And how about putting it on the almost getting the pole by 7 1/1000ths of a second?
Well, and I said in our pre-race when I was down on pit road with Adam Alexander, but Jimmy Johnson is one of those guys that when he has the excitement, the confidence in his race car, and some motivation. And I'm telling you, this crowd has given him that today. This guy rises to the occasion. I think you're going to see some big things out of Jimmy today.
Shanny loves it, and the girls up there on the flag stand. That's a view Jimmy Johnson would like to have on the 200th lap today.
Yes. Yeah, and just think about this. I mean, he's so excited about what's going on this weekend. When they wave that green flag, it's going to be hard for him not to be looking up at the flag stand. Usually you see that green flag wave, and it's all focus ahead and going up through the gears. But I think he's going to want to get a glimpse of those girls waving that green flag this time.
In the grandstand, nobody's sitting down. All of Southern California here to salute their native son, 7-time NASCAR champion, Jimmy Johnson from El Cajon.
Hell yeah, man. They're all waving for you. Let's go have some fun. Let's have a good day.
Damn, that gives me the goosebumps. That is so cool.
All right, let's get down to pit road for some late breaking and hopefully dry stories. Matt Yoakum.
Well, Mike, Martin Truex Jr. spotting Track's position to, well, everybody. He's starting at the back due to issues at inspection, no qualifying time. But that's nothing new for Truex. Think back to last year at Dover. The same situation happened. He led 132 laps and took home the trophy. He told me early on his biggest concern is just going to be traffic and trying to navigate it. But this is California Speedway, the Auto Club Speedway now, where you can run from the grass all the way to the top. Regan Smith.
Well, Matt, our Daytona 500 champion from a couple weeks ago, Denny Hamlin, has had a challenging week in California. They haven't had the speed with that race car that they anticipated having, partially because they planned on this racetrack being very hot and slick. As you can see, it's not that hot and slick today. Look for them to have to work on this race car all day long to build speed into it and make as many gains on restarts as they can on long runs. Jamie?
Well, Kevin Harvick is one of 10 drivers from the West Coast in the field. He's from Bakersfield, California. Harvick would love to get his second win at his home track, but it has been an uphill battle this weekend. On Friday, they had power steering issues, and on Saturday, according to his crew chief, Rodney Childers, they changed everything on this car possible at the racetrack. Hey, it worked for qualifying, though. He's top 5. We'll see if it works in the race. Vince Welch.
Through 2 races, Chase Elliott has led the most laps, but because of a couple of bad breaks, he doesn't even have a top 15 to show for it. But this 9 team is not reaching for the panic button. They have speed and they have handling in their cars for the first time in a long time. Elliott and Alan Gustafson and the rest of this 9 team, they believe they can be contenders to win again today. Mike?
Thanks, Vince. Ready to race in Southern California. Let's check in for some race strategy with Larry McReynolds.
Well, Mike, this old 2-mile track, it will test everything about that race car and about that driver. But today, it's going to test the size of my ulcer. You talked about it. 25 degrees cooler than it was on Friday. So these guys have to be on the ready to make major adjustments that first time they come down pit road. The other thing I always keep an eye on is the race analysis, because that will figure into my strategy. You see the stage length there. The fuel window, 45 to 48 laps, but it's going to be more about a tire window. We'll follow that all day long. And look at that pit road speed, 55 miles per hour. It's easy to get busted for speeding here. In fact, Mike, it almost cost Kyle Busch the race a year ago.
Thanks, Larry. Genevieve, Evie, and Lydia, Jimmy Johnson's daughters, with his wife Shanny, up on the flag stand. What a moment. And another moment for Jimmy Johnson is out at the head of the field, because driving that Toyota Camry TRD pace car was Jimmy's boyhood idol, Ricky Johnson. No relation, but Jimmy started his career on 2 wheels trying to emulate what Ricky Johnson had done.
Oh, yeah, Rick Johnson has meant a lot to Jimmy Johnson. And now Rick Johnson is just so proud of what this kid has accomplished. Not a kid anymore, but he was when he all started. Look at this. Oh, man, this is amazing. There goes the green flag.
And the Auto Club 400 is underway. Clint Boyer, the pole sitter, takes off. Denny Hamlin had to start tail end. He made a pit stop on the pace laps. They changed a shock absorber on his number 11.
Already 4 or 5 wide through turns 1 and 2. This very rough back straightaway. You got to be real careful bump drafting down this back straightaway. To Benedetto making some big moves here early on in this race to the outside.
From 10th to 4th goes the 21.
Yeah, I saw him go to the outside down in 1 and 2. They did the same thing down in 3 and 4.
Clint Boyer leads his first lap of 2020, and starting out back under penalty, Ricky Stenhouse, the 47. He's made a lot of gains moving up. Impound race, so they qualified, and then the cars were locked up. Here comes Kyle Busch in the 18.
Yeah, Kyle Busch had a huge run off the top lane. I'm going to be really curious to see how long it takes a lot of these drivers to gravitate from the bottom to the top. But right now, it's clean air on the top, and the 41 of Cole Custer, a big loose moment right there while Kyle Busch takes advantage of it. Benedetto goes to 4th place. Wow.
Alex Bowman slipping in that red and black number 88 in 5th. He was the car to beat in practice yesterday or Friday.
Yeah, he's won everything but the pole position so far this weekend. So we watch Clint Boyer, who's picked up a little bit of trash. There's a lot of wind around here. We've seen where that leader really picks up a lot of trash, but look how rough this back straightaway is. So even into turn 3 as they load into the bank, as we're on board in the visor camera with Jimmy Johnson. Watch his head bounce around through those bumps through turns 3 and 4.
Battling for 5th, DiBenedetto and Almirola. Kyle Larson right behind the 21. Looking in.
Yeah,
and 3rd place, keep an eye on Kurt Busch today in the 1.
Absolutely. He's the guy I've got my eye on. He was really good in the average on a 20-lap run in practice. 2nd best on that, only to the 88 who's right in front of him, Alex Bowman. But, with the 21 car, DiBenedetto, it scares me to be that good on the first couple laps of this race, because usually it's going to fall off if your car's that good on the early run.
Martin Truex has gained 16 spots. He started 32nd. Ricky Stenhouse up 14 from 34th on the grid.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive by Truex already to his teammate Kyle Busch. Boy, look at all the trash. A lot of trash on the nose of that 9 car covering the radiator opening.
2nd place, Alex Bowman, moving past his Hendrick teammate.
We've been talking about Alex Bowman, not just this weekend, but even last weekend at Las Vegas, a strong run there that didn't result in a great finish. But this weekend, it's been all about Alex Bowman, this 88 team, already going to the inside of our leader, Clint Boyer, trying to take the lead. Oh, Jimmy Johnson with a big run as Bowman had to check up.
3 wide.
Kurt Busch to the outside.
And give Kurt Busch the spot. Well, don't give it to him. He took it. Here's Matt on the leader.
Mike Clint Boyer told me they found speed in the car. They just don't know how long it'll last, because he's really concerned about how it's going to go today on the long runs. Right now, he's out front. We'll just see how long he can stay there.
Bowman, Johnson continue to battle for 3rd. So it's Ford, 3 Chevrolets, and then the Ford of DiBenedetto. Highest Toyota, Kurt Busch in 14th.
Well, and going back to that last lap, the 88 of Bowman, I think he's got the fastest race car on the track right now, and he went for a move to try to get to the inside and get side by side with our leader Clint Boyer, and by taking that chance right there, it has cost him a couple of positions, and he's now trying to gain back, and he's got one of them back.
Bowman for 2nd.
I think right now Bowman just needs to settle in, be calm. He's got a very fast race car. Don't want to use up these tires here too early on. This very abrasive racetrack. If you push too hard, it will cost you on the long run by eating those tires up. But Kurt Busch is not going to give him this position easy.
Jeff, that corner 3 and 4 is banked 14 degrees, as you said in our open. That apron is flat. How much grip do you have down there?
Well, just because less cars run down there, as rubber lays down this racetrack, that apron does have a little more grip. Not to mention it changes the balance of the car when you put the left sides, and it de-wedges the car, allowing the car to rotate. 2nd goes Bowman.
And Martin Truex on your right in the 19. Started 32nd. He has gained 18 positions.
Oh, he's flying right now, Mike.
He's on a mission.
Yes, he is.
Teammate Kyle Busch up high. He makes the pass as the battle's on for 2nd on your left. Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman.
These guys are fighting hard for this track position. Look at Jimmy Johnson going 3 wide down the front straightaway.
And Jimmy Johnson with both of them.
Now you'll see Bowman with the big run to the rear bumper of Jimmy Johnson.
Let's see if they're wide open through 3 and 4 here.
Well, Mike, with these cool temperatures, I would think that you're going to see these guys be able to have a lot of grip here early on in this race until those tires really fall off. We saw right there Jimmy Johnson never checked up the throttle through 3 and 4.
Jamie?
Well, I talked to Matt McCall about the one of Kurt Busch. They ran a lot of laps on Friday, and I know there was some buzz about how good they looked, but he wasn't fully optimistic. He said they hit lap 10, which is what we're on now, and that handling on the one would go away. They adjusted accordingly, and they also thought the cloud cover would help them.
Jimmy Johnson wants the lead.
Oh, boy, what's this crowd going to do if he takes the lead off of turn 4?
You hear it in every other sport. Home court or home field advantage. You're about to hear it here. And Johnson, is he going to clear? No.
He's not going to give it to a little side draft off the quarter panel of Jimmy Johnson to keep that lead for Clint Boyer. And here comes Alex Bowman to go 3 wide. Man, what some great action. These cooler temperatures really enhance this package that we're running here today with that all that drag and downforce. And Alex Bowman to the lead.
Clint Boyer led the first 10 laps, currently 3rd. Jimmy Johnson had a shot at the lead in turn 4. The 7-time champion trying to hold court at his home track.
Dear Jimmy, my name is Ethan. I've been a fan of yours my whole life.
I've been watching you race my entire life.
Since I was 2 years old. You're the best driver I ever seen. You've won so many races. 7 championships?
5 in a row?
Who does that? Forget about last year. I have. But I know you still got it.
If anyone can bring it home, it's you.
You're not done yet, are you? Are you? You're the fastest racer.
GOAT. The GOAT.
The greatest of all time. It's last lap.
You got this.
Let's go burn some rubber. Pedal to the metal. Turn it up, Jimmy. Let's go. I believe in you.
Finish strong.
1 more lap.
1 final time.
This just in. Is Jonah Hill going to flake out on Martin Scorsese? The world wants to know.
Come on, Jonah, come on. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Good lunch. Amazing.
Toyota, let's go places.
NASCAR Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Coca-Cola, a premier partner of the NASCAR Cup Series. And by Toyota, let's go places. 14 laps complete as Alex Bowman comes to the stripe. He has only led 1 lap here in 4 previous starts in the Cup Series at Auto Club Speedway. '19th place, William Byron there in purple and gold, carrying Kobe Bryant's colors and the shared number.
Yeah, and I feel like right here, William Byron is looking in his rearview mirror to see if Chris Buescher is going to get him a bit of a push, trying to get us wide in on the entry of turns 3 and 4, and actually almost brushed the wall with that right side.
So at 14 laps, let's take a look at today's Liberty Mutual race strategy. strategy.
Well, you know, Mike, I love strategy, and I think strategy will be all over the place here today. See right there, the fuel window is 45 to 48 laps, but it's more about a tire window. When I look at these first two stages of 60 laps each, I think they will split that in half. Cautions could certainly change that. And I know, Jamie, a lot of people may be wondering if the tires give up, why are they running them so hard? I want you to run it hard to tell me what you've got with that race car.
Well, you got to push it to know kind of where you're at, but I was shocked looking at the telemetry. We see the guys out of the throttle a little more than we expected based on these cool temperatures. They practiced on Friday, and it was almost 30 degrees hotter. We thought the track was going to have a lot more grip today, and it does, but they're still having to work the throttle a lot more than we expected.
But I'll say this, 16 laps into it, we're almost to a second and a half give up from where they started the race on the stopwatch.
Well, let's watch a little telemetry here. This is Kyle Busch telemetry looking back at Denny Hamlin, but
a pretty impressive run also by Denny Hamlin coming to the front like his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Boy, that's all the way out of the throttle down through turns 3 and 4. Whoa, even having to get out of it another time on the exit because of the 11 of Denny Hamlin being to his inside. And here comes their other teammate, Eric Jones, is going to go to the inside.
3 of the Joe Gibbs cars under a blanket. Martin Truex battled side by side with Kyle Busch for about 4 laps, but then passed Kyle and has moved up another 3 places.
And that's what Kyle was so good at last year when he won this race, was on those long runs. Here's the guy Kyle Larson making a move on Clint Boyer.
Vince?
Larson started 9th, had gotten all the way up to 4th, but the car is just too loose for him to go much further up. He says especially in 1 and 2, he's got a handful. They're looking forward to an adjustment at that first pit stop that Larry was talking about.
Eric Almirola is the 3rd car in this line. We listened in.
Coming off the corners at 75, 7,600. The motor's not happy. 10-4, bud. Working on a plan here.
Yeah, a lot of times you can hear the engine being pulled down. You need that engine to rev up and really get free and be able to carry that speed down the straightaway. So clearly something is binding up in the car for Eric Almirola that he's not happy with that straightaway speed.
Matt, our pole sitter, Clint Boyer, has dropped back to 7th and may fall here to 8th. What's up?
He is slowly fading, Mike. His biggest issue, the car just too tight this first run in the center of the corner, just trying to hold on to that stop, but already making plans of whether to go a minor or significant adjustment.
Alex Bowman, the leader. Jimmy Johnson in Chevrolets. Ryan Blaney's Ford in 3rd. Kurt Busch and Matt DiBenedetto, the top 5 after 19 laps.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything. And we're continuing to change. With Jiffy Lube Multi-Care, you can get services on oil changes, brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. You can do more in a jiffy.
We're off to a good start from left bead, but right bead is cutting him off now. Left bead is making a bit of contact. Oh, we've got a double bead going for the inside line. The left bead into first place. Wow. Beautiful.
Down. Coming in hot.
You've got 1 shot.
Can you hear me?
Hayden, I'm a firefighter. Don't be scared. We're gonna get you out of there.
911, what's your emergency?
The return of 911, Monday, March 16th on Fox.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look, the feel, the drive. You've heard what our customers say, the satisfaction, the experience, the convenience, and you've imagined choosing the vehicle that's perfect for you. You've always wanted a premier experience offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles, and it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Decades. Smart, entertaining, original. A network experience unlike any other.
Featuring our original series Through the Decades, alongside one-of-a-kind talk shows, trailblazing variety, innovative sketch comedy, and groundbreaking entertainment. This is Decades. Relive, remember, relate. Rescan your TV now to find Decades on broadcast channel 13.5.
I'm Copeland Moore, and Cuban bread is our specialty. All of our bread is handmade. We're making about 18,000 loaves a day. I like to get up early and watch Good Day and check the weather reports. When I watch the weather, it's not so much about the rain or the temperature, but more about the humidity and how that's going to affect the bread for the day. I grew up in Tampa, and our business has always been in Tampa, Ybor City, so it's real important for me to check what's going on in the local news. My day usually starts around 5 with my 4-year-old, and then Good Day Tampa Bay and a cafe con leche.
This week in Southern California began with a great tribute to Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other 7 lives lost in that helicopter crash. 5-time NBA champion, twice NBA Finals MVP, and 18-time All-Star. Was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and traded to the Lakers before he ever played a game for them. This is the tri-oval grass here at Auto Club Speedway, and there are special tributes on the cars of Daniel Suarez, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, who has just taken 2nd place, and William Byron. And lap 24 is up on the board, and the fans have come to their feet to honor the Laker great and share in the tributes here at the Speedway. Diecast from Blaney's car will benefit Mamba on 3, and diecast and shirts from the William Byron car will benefit After School All-Stars. Daniel Suarez auctioning off his gloves and shoes from this race, which are painted in a special tribute to Kobe Bryant, one of the all-time greats of any sport.
It's a great moment, Mike, and you're right. He was just a legend, and I was so honored to be able to also carry that 24 on the side of my race car because I was a huge Kobe Bryant fan, and to be able to you know, have that 24 and know that another guy out there is doing the things that he was doing in another sport, the NBA, that was also carrying the 24 aboard, that mean a lot to me over the years.
So we're coming to lap 26 here at Auto Club Speedway. As Larry told us earlier, that means not the fuel window, but the tire window is open to pretty neatly split this stage in half. Martin Truex raced his way up through the field. Truex fought his way to 11th, almost to the top 10, and here he is on pit road, the first taker under green flag pit stops. Eric Jones with him.
And we know, Mike, once cars are on pit road to put those fresh 4 Goodyear tires on, it's not long before they all start following them. Matt?
When you look at the run that he has had from the back, and he had that confidence this morning when I talked to him that they were going to have a good day if circumstances definitely fell their way. They have. Dustin Niecase on the front and Lee Cunningham already done on the back going around the car. Pretty tight, especially through the center exit, so an air pressure adjustment there. Meanwhile, his teammate Eric Jones trying to jumpstart his season as well as the Toyotas are on pit road.
Chase Elliott is in, so is Joey Logano, pole sitter Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin all coming to pit road. Regan.
Joey Logano on the left side of your screen pits with the 22 car. That race car is a little bit too free right now. That means the right rear wants to slide to the wall as he goes through the corner. Vince.
Line of Chase Elliott, he likes his car, says the car's good, it's just the traffic he's had to maneuver. 4 tires in a way.
Boyer's crew goes to work. 4 fresh tires, and boy, Chase Elliott coming in. He got it all.
Yes, he did. And this is a entry for pit road that you can be very aggressive as we watch Chase Elliott going down through the gears. I don't know if that's a left front tire that may be locked up at that final braking point before entering pit road.
Matt?
And Jimmy Johnson on his way down to his guys looking to add to his racing resume here. Easy entry comes to a stop, and Cliff Daniels was really looking at getting a lot of knowledge over this first run from the 15 to the 20 to 25 lap mark. Jimmy said the car was a little bit on the free side, but pretty darn good here on the 48.
Boy, Alex Bowman put on a smoke show getting down to pit road speed here. You see him on the right of your screen, full screen now. Jamie?
In 4 previous starts, he led 1 lap. He's already led 18 laps today. The car has been pretty good. He was just saying in those last couple of laps, tight in the front, snap
Watch the 88's entry here.
Yeah,
Alex Bowman.
We talked about Chase Elliott attacking it. Look at Alex Bowman attacking this entry right out to the grass as he locks up tires getting to the line.
55-mile-an-hour pit road speed. They give you a 5-mile-an-hour gimme. So everybody tries to run 59.9. Ricky Stenhouse would have assumed the lead, and will. He had to start last because of a bodywork violation that sent both Stenhouse and Ryan Preece to the rear of the starting grid and sent both their crew chiefs home for the day. Well, Stenhouse will be your leader. He is the only car that has not been to pit road.
And we've seen this play out before. These guys are losing a lot of valuable time on track, even more so this weekend than last weekend at Las Vegas, because this track is so much more abrasive. We know Brian Patty is not here, crew chief in this car right now, but that strategy is still in play, even on a track that has a lot more fall off on the tires.
Right. Eddie Pardue calling the shots today for Stenhouse. And all four Gibbs cars together, broken up by Kyle Larson, the 42 there. So Stenhouse the leader, Bowman in second, Blaney, Johnson, DiBenedetto. And the Toyotas all in one pack, 11th to 15th.
Yeah, we documented this over the weekend and through a pre-race about those Toyotas. I mean, they dominated this series last year. 19 wins for Joe Gibbs Racing. And yet this year, I don't know, they just haven't shown as much speed. I think they're still going to be a major factor in race wins and championships. But right now, we're definitely seeing where the Chevys and Fords have picked it up.
So, guys, when I see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 running 2 seconds slower than Alex Bowman, who's running in second right now, and considering you spend 45 seconds on pit road, including the stop, if he runs another couple laps, he will be a lap down to leader Alex Bowman when he pits.
Good point, Larry. Well, the best thing I've seen today is Upland and Rancho Cucamonga to the west. The ceiling is lifting. The sun poked through for just a second. The weather is improving. And Ricky Stenhouse is leading in Fontana.
Look closely at the perfection that is the quarter pounder, and you'll see it's actually made of countless imperfections. Those randomly and impulsively placed sesame seeds, that one slice of melty cheese at the bottom, and another draped haphazardly over the 100% fresh beef patty, cooked right when you order. True, the hottest, juiciest quarter pounder yet is not perfect, but when you put it all together, it's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
Don't lighten the load. Lighten the truck.
I'm in love with you.
The high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy Ford F-150 with best-in-class payload.
I'm going to open 2 beers. You tell me which sounds more refreshing. Okay. This one?
or this one?
Bush.
Oh, the second one. What do I win, a speedboat?
Not a contest.
A trampoline? A jet ski?
Bush.
The NASCAR Cup Series on Fox is sponsored by McDonald's. The hottest, juiciest quarter pounder yet is made with 100% fresh beef at participating U.S. McDonald's. And by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR, perfect for race fans. Ricky Stenhouse has just completed his pit stop. We're at lap 36. Alex Bowman cycles back to the lead over Blaney and Johnson. But this happened while we were in break. Now, Kyle Larson was 6th prior to the pit cycle, lost a lot of spots due to a problem changing front tires. And here comes Hamlin.
Well, we saw the 4 car of Kevin Harvick give a push to the 11 of Denny Hamlin that allowed him to get on the rear bumper of the 42, but then he just locked on and really didn't back off as they're entering the corner into turn 1, and it eventually just gets the 42 of Larson going sideways and makes heavy contact to that outside wall.
From the McDonald's onboard camera.
Tight, bumper to bumper.
Ooh, that's heavy contact.
Hang on.
So Larson came to pit road as a result of this. And Vince can update us.
Well, talking to the crew, no one indicated that there had been any issue previously between Larson and Hamlin. Just Hamlin got that run and got into the back of Larson. Significant right side damage. They repaired that damage, and they just told Larson, if you feel any tire rub at all, bring it back to us. But so far, so good. By the way, they were back there in that spot because they had a very slow pit stop when they came to pit road. Really slow on the right front. Cost them several positions during that stop, and lost that track position, got him back in that mess.
I could tell you, I know Larson and Denny Hamlin. These guys play golf together. I mean, they hang out a lot together on the road throughout the season. So this is no bad blood. I really just think it was something where Denny needed to just check up a little bit more, give him a little more space as they got to the corner.
3 of the 4 Gibbs cars right together, and the 3rd car in that little dust-up was Kevin Harvick. Jamie.
And my Kevin Harvick started 5th. He has dropped back to 14th. And I started the race by telling you it has been an uphill battle for the 4 team. They changed everything possible on that car yesterday. Bad news for Kevin Harvick fans. This car, according to Kevin, it's junk. It's terrible. It's garbage. It's out of the track. It won't do anything in traffic. They made adjustments on the last stop, and it doesn't seem to be helping.
Wow. He's currently 13th. Now, Ricky Stenhouse, with that pit stop, did stay on the lead lap. He's 40 seconds behind the leader, and not sure if he'll be able to hold a lead lap position before we get to the end of the stage break.
Well, one advantage of if it stays green and you go longer is when you put those new tires on, the other teams, their tires have now started to fall off. So all that time he was losing, he's starting to gain a little bit of it back. But look at Alex Bowman not far behind him. So he's going to have to make sure this car is really good on the end of this run in order to stay on the lead lap.
Well, guys, we know that crew chief Brian Patty is not here. He was ejected yesterday afternoon after some inspection issues. And interim crew chief Eddie Pardue, who actually has been an Xfinity Series crew chief, he's going down the same road as Brian Patty. They're using sports analytics and sports prediction. And what he did, he left him out there until he knew that if he didn't pit, he was going to be a lap down. And considering that he's basically got about 7 lap fresher tires, if they can hold on for another 19 laps, he'll stay on the lead lap. But I just don't think his car is as good as Alex Bowman's.
All right, we'll see. Alex Bowman, the race leader, lapping at 41.79. Stenhouse, 1 full second quicker the last time by. 42 laps complete in California, but Wendy's is rolling out breakfast nationwide starting tomorrow morning. Here's more.
Maybe Wendy's should just stick to what they're good at? I'll try it, but I have a lot of doubts. My name is Mike Harris. I'm a former corporate chef for McDonald's. Holy...
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. You'll wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. Ram trucks, back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Now get an average $13,047 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 plus these additional incentives. And Doug.
Give me your hand! I can save you! Lots of money with Liberty Mutual. We customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
5-Hour Energy gets you through your on-the-go life. Now it comes in 2 delicious tropical flavors that can take you to a whole new on-the-go experience. Try them both. Vote for your favorite. You could be on the go to someplace you actually want to go.
Dreaming of going somewhere? Turn that dream into a reality with AAA Travel, where everything you need for travel is all in one place. With AAA Travel, it's easy to plan, easy on the wallet, and easy on the mind. So dream big and get more with top vacation values from AAA Travel. Call, book online today, or visit your helpful and experienced AAA travel agent. No matter where you go, AAA travels with you.
MLS is back. 25 years deep, and we're just getting started. Portland Timbers versus Minnesota United FC. Time to set the tone. More love for our soccer. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern on FS1.
The Silverado and new Silverado HD are the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. Learn more at Chevy.com. 47 laps complete, this time by in Fontana, California. Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson. Ricky Stenhouse has just gone a lap down to the race leader Bowman. This little group of Toyotas, it's smaller now with Hamlin and Truex. Eric Jones a bit further back. And boy, some of this side-by-side racing got Martin Truex fired up.
The 20 and 11, they can both kiss my Tim for the kiss.
Spotter Clayton Hughes.
The spotter. Trying to keep some humor in there and keep your driver calm down, but you know, I understand. Sometimes when you have a fast race car like Martin Truex does, and you're making a pass or trying to attempt a pass, and you're getting raced harder by your teammates than you are some of the other competitors out there, it gets very frustrating.
Christopher Bell has just made a pit stop. Jamie?
Yes, he had a bad vibration when he turned the wheel. He thought maybe it was a right front issue. He couldn't keep it out any longer. They brought it in and just made those tire changes.
So Bell will go a lap down and close to 2 laps down as we're 12 laps away from the end of stage 1.
Boy, just can't state it enough how impressive this 88 team led by Greg Ives and Alex Bowman Hendrick Motorsports have been with this 88 all weekend long.
And Ryan Blaney trying to keep pace. Matt?
Mike, when you listen to a lot of the different teams on the scanner, you're hearing conversations about who is the best car at this point of the race, and they're all pointing to the 12 of Blaney. Now, recall back on that pit stop, Blaney made an air pressure change, trying to get a little bit more grip in the back of the race car. He told Todd Gordon, we're about halfway there, but he's still looking pretty solid on the stopwatch.
Yeah, so, you know, Matt had that report there. He said we're about halfway there. That means on the adjustments, those adjustments that Ryan Blaney is asking for to help his car's balance and the grip level. So that means, you know, send a signal to Todd Gordon, hey, I need you to make some bigger adjustments on that next pit stop.
Matt DiBenedetto looking good in green this week. holding fourth place, second Ford in the running order, Vince.
Well, they've been really happy with their race car all weekend long. And DiBenedetto and crew chief Greg Irwin working together this season for the first time, still learning one another, but they've hit their stride already. The right rear air pressure adjustment on that last stop, DiBenedetto said he thought it helped them initially in this run, but now the car has swung loose, and Irwin said, yeah, I think that change helped right away, but in the long run, we need to go back on it. So they're still making headway, still learning one another, but boy, they got to like their running position up inside the top 5.
50 laps complete in Fontana. Alex Bowman out front. We'll take you Fox side by side.
Getting to know you, getting to know
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the humble beginning for some and the triumphant return for others. I am where seasons are made and history is written. I am a year-long, furious journey. And in the end, the one name forever etched in history is anyone's guess.
He is joining elite company.
Proud of you, buddy. I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
With Pizza Hut's new Mozzarella Poppers Pizza, you can switch between 16 fried mozzarella bites and a large pizza. Pizza then app. App then pizza. It's your world. We're just making pizza in it. Hurry and try it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I've got new Mountain Dew Zero Sugar with the same refreshing taste as the original, but without any of the sugar. Here's Mountain Dew Zero.
I am thirsty.
I am the future, and I am now. I am going to make sure my name will be the one you'll remember forever. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
At Outback, steak and lobster is back. Oh, no, it's gone. Phew, it's back with lobster mac and cheese. It's gone again? Oh, it's back with shrimp now. Steak and lobster starting at only $16.99. Hurry in before these three are gone again. Outback Steakhouse.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, we're still who you trust. Jiffy Lube. You can do more in a jiffy.
54 laps complete in Southern California, where aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. Discover what's possible. Keep moving. Goodyear. More driven. Alex Bowman, your race leader, has 1 lap fresher tires than everybody else in the top 10 right now.
And we were wondering, this battle between Blaney and Bowman, those closing laps last week at Las Vegas, were they for real? As we see a battle here, Eric Almirola going to the inside of Matt DiBenedetto. It's for real, Mike. I mean, not only is Ryan Blaney and Alex Bowman for real, but so are the Chevrolet Camaros right now. We were wondering if they're going to be strong. Well, we've got 3 of them up there in the top 6.
Stage points matter. A lot of jostling going on here with 5 to go in stage 1. We've been caution-free so far. The only incident was lap 33, where Denny Hamlin got into Kyle Larson. Larson had to pit and lost 2 laps, but no caution for that. We've been green all the way. Toyota top performers. Kyle Busch up into the top 10 for the first time today. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Eric Jones, all in the top 15. Here's Regan.
Well, Mike, it's been a very good run for Denny Hamlin. They didn't anticipate this car being quite that good, but as you documented at the start of the race, they came in and they changed a right rear shock before it even went green. He's had to work his way all the way from the back of the pack up to that 12th place position. The only thing he had said on the radio all day long is he thought maybe the 4 car pushed him into the 42 car. Our cameras on Fox proved differently to that, though. We know what actually happened there.
Thanks, Regan. Kyle Busch trying to hold down the final stage point here in about 4 laps. There's the Hendrick running order. Alex Bowman out front of Jimmy Johnson. Jamie?
And he has led 40 laps today, Mike. I talked to Greg Ives, his crew chief, this morning. He said last year we got so tired of qualifying 18th to 22nd. We can never make up those spots. And he said we are losing out on all these valuable stage points. Well, they have changed their philosophy, the way they attempt the race weekend and qualifying. It's paying off. He's about to win this stage.
And on the left, Joey Logano about to take 6th from Matt DiBenedetto, who is fading just a bit at the end of this stage. Chase Elliott may have a problem, Vince.
Well, they're certainly hoping to wait until they get to the end of the stage, but Chase Elliott just radioed in and said, I feel like I'm on the cords. He said, be ready because I might have to bring it to you early. So the team up on the wall and waiting, but hoping he can get 2 more laps out of it to the end of stage 1.
Well, the pits close with 2 laps to go at the end of each stage, so it would be a penalty if he were to pit now. We'll see how this plays out.
You got to hold on to it just, for one lap. Even if you have to back off your pace, you can't come down pit road right now. But boy, some nervous times for that crew in that 9 car after they had a pretty disastrous day last week at Las Vegas. Week he won a stage in Daytona, and it has kept him up there in the top 10 in points so far, even though he hasn't had good results. So that's why all these drivers and teams work so hard for these stage points.
You're right, Jeff. He's not had a top 10 finish, but he's well up in the point standings. Final lap, stage 1. This is the most laps that Alex Bowman has led in a race since he led 88 of them in his Chicago win last year. Green and white checkered flag in the air for stage win for Alex Bowman. Ryan Blaney comes across second, 4.6 seconds back. Jimmy Johnson third. Eric Almirola and Kurt Busch, the top 5.
WeatherTech is known for providing the ultimate protection for your vehicle with laser-measured floor liners and cargo trunk liner, along with seat protectors and seat back protectors. And now the WeatherTech Cup Phone with removable cups fits virtually any size cup holder and adjusts to fit virtually any size phone. Even allows easy access while charging. Whatever you drive, whatever phone you have, Cup Phone is the perfect fit. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com.
Possible cardiac event.
Only 1 episode left.
Austin Fire and Rescue!
Until the epic season finale.
TK, you hit!
All new 911 Lone Star tomorrow on Fox.
We're covering history as it happens. It's a big deal.
Being first is important, but being right is even more important. And that's not something that we take lightly.
Democracy 2020. It's in your hands. Fox News. America is watching.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look. It's offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles. And it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Decades. Smart, entertaining, original. A network experience unlike any other.
Featuring our original series Through the Decades, alongside one-of-a-kind talk shows, trailblazing variety, innovative sketch comedy, and groundbreaking entertainment. This is Decades. Relive, remember, relate. Rescan your TV now to find Decades on broadcast channel 13.5.
At Spa Manufacturers, we have good news. A hot tub from Spa Manufacturers is good for your health, relaxing, and fun. Spa Manufacturers, 6060 Ulmerton Road, a quarter mile east of US 19. Look for the big yellow duck that saves you big bucks.
Does your battery deliver extra life or extra power?
Extra life.
Extra power.
Extra life.
Extra power.
Extra life. Life.
Power.
Extra life.
No need to argue. Versus Copper Top, Duracell Optimum delivers extra life in some devices or extra power in others.
Look at this vast 2-mile super speedway in Southern California, the former Kaiser Steel Mill site. They built Liberty ships here for World War II. And somewhere in the midst of all those campers and party center, oh, there he is, Michael Waltrip.
Hey, Mike, I'm over on the back straightaway, and man, this is such a festive atmosphere. These folks are enjoying the stage break. Saw some of their favorite drivers charge up into the top 10. We're just part of the party over here on the back straightaway, enjoying racing here in Southern California.
Michael, are you pedaling?
No, I got a button I'm pushing with my knee. I got my Jeff Gordon antique hood, though.
I like that ride you got there, Mikey.
Did he call you an antique?
He did,
Darn it.
Well, he's sort of right.
Looks like a lot of fun. Party Central, wherever Michael Waltrip is. Race Central is going to be pit road. It's open, and here they come. Regan.
Well, it's been a great start to the day for Eric Almirola, up 2 spots from his 6th place starting position. That race car is great at the end of the runs and on long runs, but firing off, it's just a little bit too free. A small adjustment for that. Jamie?
It's about the happiest I've ever heard and seen Alex Bowman over a race car is this weekend. Says now it starts off good, just starts losing the nose a little bit, but just fine out there in the clean air. A Ford tire stop here. Matt?
Ryan Blaney comes to a stop. He's focused on getting more grip, especially in the back of the race car and exit, but he also had a small vibration with about 3 or 4 laps to go. Meanwhile, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, he too is in. Jimmy felt like if he could have run the car like he wanted, it would have been too harsh on that right front. An air pressure change. They backed up a little bit on the stop, the adjustment they made on the first stop.
The race off pit road is sponsored by Ram. Kurt Busch, no tires, puts him to the front of the field, and Jimmy Johnson beats the cars that he was racing against. There's Johnson, Blaney, Bowman, and the reaction from Team 48.
Oh, yeah, it feels good to bust off a great stop like that here early in the race. Let's dial up our Stage 1 winner, Alex Bowman. Hey, Alex, this is Jeff and Mike up in the Fox Sports booth. You got me?
I got you.
Well, man, it's for real. We've been documenting it all weekend long. You've had a great practice session. You were great the end of last week's race in Las Vegas. And, man, that thing looks really, really good. How important is it for you to get off to a really strong start here in 2020?
Yeah, it's super important to us for a variety of reasons. But, man, it's been a heck of a lot of fun driving these new Camaros. Last time we had Cincinnati on the car, we ran 3rd. So hopefully we run a couple spots better for them today, but this thing's been great. Greg has made great calls. Every week we've been showing up to the racetrack really, really close to dialed in and just been able to make really small changes. So I don't know if it's all the body or what we've changed, but it's a heck of a lot of fun driving these race cars this year.
All right, well, you're putting on a heck of a show. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Jeff.
Kyle Larson stopped before pit road was open. So he'll restart tail end of the pack. Alex Bowman, your Stage 1 winner.
It's surprising how the bigger a city gets, the smaller it starts to feel. Which makes it even more surprising how big it feels in here. With sliding rear seats and more available second row legroom than, say, a Chevy Suburban. This is the completely reimagined 2020 Ford Escape.
And here we have another burst pipe in Denmark. If you look close...
Jamie, are there any interesting photos from your trip?
Ouch. Okay. Boring. Boring. You don't need to see that. Oh, here we go. Can you believe my client Stieg had never heard of a home and auto bundle or the renter's good bundle?
Wait, you're a lawyer?
Only licensed in Stockholm.
What is happening?
Anyway. Game show, Kumite, Cinderella story.
You know karate?
No, Alan. I practice Muay Thai. Completely different skill set.
This just Jonah Hill going to flake out on Martin Scorsese? The world wants to know.
Come on, Jonah, come on.
You're the best player on the team. Why is that so hard for you to believe?
Don't underestimate the impact you can have on them.
Little things add up.
Keep pressing. Taking charges. You've earned this. You got this, okay? No, don't just nod. I want to hear your voice. Yes or no? Yes, Coach.
Ben Affleck, The Way Back, rated R. Only in theaters Friday.
PNC Bank has technology to help make banking easier. Like PNC Easy Lock, so you can easily lock your credit card when its maximum limit differs from its vertical limit. And Clover Flex, for when you need to take credit cards when no one carries cash. Or requesting a call to help get a new credit card, one that hasn't followed the family goldfish. PNC, make today the day.
The NASCAR Cup Series on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Built Ford proud. And by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Close calls on pit road. Watch the right rear on Alex Bowman. And the air hose gets caught and loosened. That could have been a big problem for him. Now, the reason the one of Kurt Busch went to the top of our pylon was he missed his pit stall. So here we are in the Geico restart zone. Ready for the green flag for stage 2, and Jimmy Johnson leading his first laps at Auto Club Speedway since his victory here in 2016.
We saw he had a very fast race car, could never really get clear of Clint Boyer earlier in this race to take the lead. Let's see what he can do now with that clean air.
3 and 4 wide behind him as they jockey for position entering turn 3.
See that 8 of Tyler Reddick down there on the bottom. He made some big moves early in the start of this race, so I think he has a very fast race car in the short runs.
Way up top, the green car, Kyle Busch, lost 6 spots, making a lot of adjustments on his pit stop. Was that 5 wide?
Yes, we saw 5 wide and still seeing 5 wide.
Wow.
Well, what a lucky moment for that 88 pit crew. You saw where the tire carrier went to slide that right rear tire in and just nicked the hose and pulled it under that right rear tire. Luckily, it didn't go further underneath that car. Ryan Blaney knows how important it is. One of the fastest cars after that last run was the 88 of Bowman. He's got to keep him behind him, so he's going to fight for this position and track position very hard.
And look, he's got help. There's 2 more Penske Fords right behind Bowman in Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski.
And there's a pass for the lead. Ryan Blaney gets a huge run and a push from Bowman and goes right by Jimmy Johnson down the front straightaway.
Ryan Blaney's our point leader coming into this race, and but for a few coulda, woulda, shouldas, he could be coming in here with 2 victories already.
Oh, I think he and this 12 team and Todd Gordon are for real. Look at Jimmy Johnson. Big shove to the rear bumper of the 88 of Bowman. After what we saw, the 42 of Larson and the 11 of Hamlin, I'd be real careful with some of those moves. Where Jimmy Johnson could have slid right up in front of his teammate Bowman, chose not to. I think that's a smart move here early on in this race.
Now at the end of the stage break, Stenhouse, Ty Dillon, and Suarez all took the wave around to get back on the lead lap. The 9 of Chase Elliott made it to the end of the stage without a tire problem, made his pit stop, and here he is challenging for 7th. Vince?
Well, they thought maybe that he had a loose wheel, but they looked at it. Everything looked fine. The cords were fine. Chase said he'd felt a vibration, so they were concerned about it, but Chase then came back and said, you know, maybe I just drove it too hard early on, so they made an air pressure adjustment in that right front. Hasn't complained to the vibration since.
2nd place, Bowman, Johnson. This asphalt is as wide as either side of I-10, just out back of the speedway here.
It is so wide, so many different grooves. You've got the seams that you have to be a little bit careful of. 3 wide for the lead here. Jimmy Johnson going for it in the middle.
In and out. Still in and out, just them 2.
Isn't that a burger chain? No, he means you got a car inside and you got a car outside.
And both of them go by Ryan Blaney for the lead. Watch Ryan Blaney maybe come back. Fans going nuts for local guy Jimmy Johnson.
Where's Blaney going to go? They had him boxed in. Now he breaks out to the bottom, and Blaney goes after the lead.
You see Ryan Blaney gets up, dumps air on that rear spoiler. Jimmy Johnson side drafts him and pulls him back as he shoots forward and takes the lead. Now he's going to slide up in front of the 48.
Ryan Blaney spent a couple of nights this week in a teepee in the California desert. I have no words either.
You know what?
That's pretty cool.
When I was a kid.
Right.
But it's got to be a little bit frustrating for Alex Bowman. As you see Joey Logano coming into the picture, and we talked about how important restarts are and being aggressive. Joey Logano will be a real factor. I think he's got a good long-run car here also. But for Bowman, he just can't. He's got a fast race car. He can't seem to make the moves to get the lead. He's got to be very patient right now because it does seem like his car in the long runs does prevail.
Kyle Busch back into the top 10, Matt.
Kyle is back to even, Mike. When they hit pit road, he was in the 10th position, but Adam Stevens said, look, we cannot run here in 10. They didn't wholesale the setup, but they made 4 different adjustments, trying to make improvements. Already back up to 10th, trying to make his way even further here before the next stage.
So he's gained 5 spots since the restart. Martin Truex has also gained 5. Denny Hamlin 3.
When we heard some radio communication between Mark Truex Jr. and his teammates, are talking about his teammates Denny Hamlin and the 20 of Eric Jones, and I think he's pretty frustrated how much he's having to fight these guys. But right there, the 9 car just showed how you're going to make that pass, dive into the bottom and up in front of Denny Hamlin.
Irate driver on line 2.
Killed my front tires too. Doesn't help when a teammate's races like every week as well. I don't understand why I pass them, why they can't just help push me by the next guy and not push it, the next guy back past me. I just don't understand that. It's like kind of stupid.
Well, they don't like getting beat, and right now Mark Truex Jr. has a very fast race car. He's a guy that has shown when you give him that track position, he's going to make something out of it.
Well, like Larry Max always said, you don't have to work with me, just don't work against me. Kyle Busch, hard at work.
And Doug.
Give me your hand! I can save you! Lots of money with Liberty Mutual. We customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. Ram trucks, back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Now get an average $11,727 in total values on the 2019 Ram 3500, plus this additional incentive.
This, allergy sufferers, is my favorite Zysol bedtime story. It's about the time when allergy symptoms ruined people's sleep and made them miserable all the next day. Oh, what relief they found taking Zysol at night. It worked while they slept, and they woke refreshed for more productive days ahead. Zysol provides powerful relief. Plus, it lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, works faster than Claritin, and on first dose provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. So, be wise all. Take Zysol. At night.
Dreaming of going somewhere? Turn that dream into a reality with AAA Travel, where everything you need for travel is all in one place. With AAA Travel, it's easy to plan, easy on the wallet, and easy on the mind. So dream big and get more with top vacation values from AAA Travel. Call, book online today, or visit your helpful and experienced AAA travel agent. No matter where you go, AAA travels with you.
Nothing is certain in life, son, except death. And when you walk into Little Caesars, there'll be a $5 hot and ready pizza for you.
What about taxes?
We're from the IRS.
I forgot taxes.
Walk in and walk out of Little Caesars with a large hot and ready classic for just $5.
Pizza, pizza.
What happened?
You got yourself killed. But we rebuilt you. Enhanced. We call you Bloodshot.
It's a superhero type name.
Bloodshot, rated PG-13.
78 laps complete. Here's today's Ford Performance Track Facts. Roger Penske and Les Richter built this speedway. It's the oldest asphalt surface on the schedule. This track's pit road stood in for Daytona in the movie Ford versus Ferrari. And Ford has 11 wins at Auto Club Speedway with 9 different drivers. A Ford is out front. That is Ryan Blaney. And we'll show you how he did it. Battling Jimmy Johnson, Alex Bowman for the front spot.
Using his teammate Joey Logano also. You get a run off that top groove, use the draft, a little side draft also as he pulls ahead going into turn 1.
Well, for a closer look at setups, here's Larry Mack with the Ford Performance virtual car.
Yeah, I mean, Mike and Jeff, we really never heard the word side draft except at Daytona and Talladega till we started running the Cero package. But let's use our Ford aerodynamics to show you what's going on. When that car goes up there, which is what Ryan Blaney did against the left side of Jimmy Johnson, it dumps air on the rear spoiler, and then in that left rear wheel opening, it really doesn't speed the 12 car up, but what it did, it slowed the 48 down, and that's how Ryan Blaney was able to complete that pass by using the side draft.
Thanks, Larry. Now, the Laker connection to Ryan Blaney goes even deeper. His dad, World of Outlaws champion Dave, his uncle Dale, also a great racer, played basketball for West Virginia University. He is in their Sports Hall of Fame, and Dale Blaney was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. Went racing instead. The 95 has dropped a cylinder, we're told, and is now down to the track apron.
Boy, rough start for rookie Christopher Bell in these first 3 races. See the smoke out the pipes. That's never a good sign.
We'll take you back to our garage stall here. We'll turn in like we...
So Bell, if he's able to coast all the way around, will turn into the garage.
And Mike, you see right now the sun is out. I mean, we've got the most sun on this racetrack, and we know what that does. Even though it's a cool day, that heats up that race surface and changes the grip level, changes the balance of the front grip to the rear grip of these cars. I got to believe that's playing a factor right now for a lot of cars out there.
Got one word for you, Jeff. Microclimate. If you don't like the weather in Fontana, drive 10 miles in any direction, and it will be different. 5th place, Martin Truex Jr. closing right up on Chase Elliott.
Yeah, Truex was finally able to get by his teammate Denny Hamlin. Now he's closing up on the 9. Vince?
Chase Elliott, you know, it always amazes me, Jeff, how you guys at 175 mile an hour plus can keep your sense of humor. Elliott made a pass. Spotter Eddie DeHaan came over the radio and said, hey, nice move there, bud. Elliott responds, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I don't know how you do it, but it's impressive.
All right, Martin Truex on the move up into 5th place. And now that we do have a sunny Southern California day, how about a Fox NASCAR Sunday? Rank it up. Truex moves past Joey Logano into 4th place. While we were in Crank It Up, Ricky Stenhouse, who had taken the wave around during the stage break, made a pit stop, and now he's fallen off the lead lap. Pit stops in the offing shortly. Ryan Blaney, the leader, at 86 laps.
Honey, where's our limo?
We're not getting a limo.
Well, I thought you were going to get a car that was classy and elegant.
Oh, we are. And this one's got over 700 horsepower.
Great, because I'm driving.
You're fanatical about NASCAR. Geico's fanatical about saving you money on car insurance. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Proud partner of NASCAR.
Oh, hey, Pat.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm going to open up 2 beers. Okay. You tell me what sounds more refreshing.
Gotcha.
This one? Or this one?
Bush. Definitely the one that went Bush. What beer is that?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
It's Bush.
Right.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, we're still who you trust. Jiffy Lube. You can do more in a jiffy.
NASCAR Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Geico, official partner of NASCAR. And by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR, perfect for race fans. Eric Jones pitted from 12th place. Ross Chastain has also made a stop, and now Kyle Busch on pit road. Older brother Kurt with him, pole sitter Clint Boyer as well. Green flag pit stops here. Cole Custer is in, and Michael McDowell. Matt.
Mike, still not the day that Kyle Busch had hoped for. Not made any gains on that 18. He said the front end just does not seem any better than the previous run. And now the right rear is a little bit more out of the racetrack, too. Some adjustments there for the 18. Meanwhile, the 14 of Boyer's in. Boy, his day has really gone south. The car just wicked tight. Cannot get it to turn. Some big air pressure changes for the 14. A lot of cars hitting pit road now.
Here comes Logano, Truex, Elliott, Keselowski, Hamlin, Almirola, and more. Regan.
So Denny Hamlin, his race car right now just a little bit too tight. We see Joey Logano on the right side of the screen. That race car as well is too tight in the dirty air as he runs spins.
The 9 of Chase Elliott, he likes it, said he's still maybe a little bit too aggressive on that right front, but otherwise the car's coming to him.
And we expect the leader this time. Here he is, Ryan Blaney. And his team Penske Ford.
And more lockups as they come to pit road.
Alex Bowman comes in with him, and so does Jimmy Johnson. Class of the field pitting right here at lap 91. Kevin Harvick also in. Jamie?
The 88 of Alex Bowman was 2 seconds back to Blaney. Came in from second, a 4-tire stop here. The car has been solid all race, Matt.
Jimmy Johnson comes to a stop. He said his car about the same as it was the previous one. He could use more forward grip on exit. Meanwhile, Blaney says the car's a little bit tighter down in 3 and 4. Todd Gordon trying to fix it with a little bit more air pressure adjustment in the back.
And they come out just as they came in together. William Byron picks up the lead. And now he will come to pit road in his Kobe Bryant inspired number 24.
We saw where the 19 of Mark Truex Jr. pitted just a lap before these other leaders. Has a big run and momentum coming off the top as those other cars come off pit road. You see him closing fast on the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. That 19 was of Truex Jr. was in 4th position before that sequence.
And caution is out for Clint Boyer.
Looks like a tire might be down, maybe a left front tire.
Leaders just now start finish.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where if you go low on air pressure to find some extra grip and you abuse that left front tire by hitting the apron down in 1 and 2 early in a run, sometimes you can get damaged. Don't know if that's what's caused this issue on the 14 or not.
He pitted just 3 laps ago. Now, Corey LaJoie and Ryan Preece were in the pit lane. At the time the caution came out, they both finished their stops and went back out. And here's Boyer limping onto pit road. On your screen.
Already he felt an issue. I really believe, Mike, that down in 3 and 4 on that last corner and lap down the front before he got on the front straightaway, he probably went down on that apron, and there's a lot of heavy load in that sidewall of the tire on low air pressures and probably caused that tire to go down. A lot of damage to the splitter is going to be probably their biggest problem right now, besides whether they're a lap down or not.
First caution of the day for cause other than the stage brake, Larry.
Yeah, Goodyear tells these teams do not go below 18 PSI on the left side. I know for a fact there are teams down to 15, 16. But, Jeff, to your point, I've talked to several crew chiefs. They have told their driver after a green flag stop until the pressure's built up, try to go above the bumps, especially on the backstretch, and do not go on that apron in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Larry brings up a really good point. There's not a lot you can do to avoid those heavy bumps on the back straightaway. See them working on that front splitter. What's left of it anyway.
They'll have to bring him back in and secure that or remove it. Pit road is open as we're under the second caution flag of the day. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex, as drivers lock them up at the entrance to pit road.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. Ram trucks, back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Now get an average $13,047 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 EcoDiesel, plus these additional incentives.
With type 2 diabetes, timing is everything. So why wait? Start Farxiga now. Farxiga, along with diet and exercise, helps lower A1C in adults with type 2 diabetes. Although it's not for weight loss, it may help you lose weight.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Other serious side effects include dehydration, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, and sudden kidney problems. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Think Farxiga now. Tell your doctor you're ready today. Visit Farxiga.com for savings. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Pizza Hut's new Mozzarella Poppers pizza, you can switch between 16 fried mozzarella bites and a large pizza. Pizza, then app. App, then pizza. It's your world. We're just making pizza in it. Hurry and try it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the humble beginning for some and the triumphant return for others. I am where seasons are made and history is written. I am a year-long, furious journey. And in the end, the one name forever etched in history is anyone's guess.
He is joining elite company.
Proud of you, buddy.
I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
NASCAR Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Ram. Restart zone.
Look at him fan out, Mike. 4 or 5 wide, 3 turns 1 and 2. Oh, 3 wide, the 3 of Austin Dillon. Didn't carry any momentum off that corner, second corner, and losing some spots. How about Joey Logano with some short run speed? And Truex to the outside. Ooh, it's going to get to the rear bumper of Logano. And here comes the 24 Byron.
With a big run, and Alex Bowman almost shut it down by closing down on Bowman.
And remember, William Byron, he hit it absolutely perfect. He was on pit road. He came in from 19th spot on pit road while he was taking 4 tires when the caution came out. That's what I call the perfect storm. That goes in your favor.
Love these restarts. Las Vegas and here, the way they fan out and the aggression that we see in the first couple of laps under green.
And you're seeing one of the most aggressive right there, and that is the 22 Logano. Saw that where Bowman start on that inside lane, you really want to be on that outside lane, it seems to me, like on these starts. So he lost some spots since the restart.
Up front, 2 drivers that have been class of the field all day. Ryan Blaney, Jimmy Johnson. Keeping close tabs on one another as everybody else scrambles for position behind them.
And we've seen with Jimmy Johnson, he has some short run speed, seems to fall off compared to some of these others. You see, look at this battle with the 22 of Joey Logano. Here comes the 88 of Bowman through the middle, 4 wide, going into turn 3 with Keselowski in there.
Keselowski just threaded the needle, shot right through there.
When these cars get side by side, Mike, you see that 2 slide right up in front of the front bumper of the 24 of William Byron. They're not done yet. But we see where 2 cars get side by side, it stalls both of them out so much that it gives a huge run to the car behind.
But Jeff, I don't see anybody, teammates, manufacturer link-ups, nobody's working with anybody. It's every man for himself.
Well, when you get that run, Mike, and you get the momentum, you just have to go with it. And that's, we've always seen that in the super speedways. Rarely do we see that on tracks like we have here in this 2-mile oval, flat cornered oval here at Auto Club Speedway. Here we are coming off of turn 2. You can see these guys, they just get that huge run. There's Bowman, he goes to the rear bumper of Logano, but then Keselowski had a run also as they got side by side. Man, that was a lot of fun to watch going into turn 3.
That first and only caution so far for cause came from a flat tire for pole sitter Clint Boyer. Matt.
Mike, our old teammate and Hall of Famer Buddy Baker did so much development work on the inner liner. You can see where you've got the outer and the inner valve stem. Now on that stop, Ryan Mulder, the front tire changer, went to grab that last lug. And when he did, he clipped that valve stem with the impact socket, sheared it off. And that's why we saw so much air out of that tire quickly on Boyer.
Oh, yeah, that explains it. We saw something very similar happen to Chase Elliott last week, and it doesn't always take the actual pit gun to hit that valve stem. Sometimes it could just be a lug nut that drops into one of those openings in the wheel and can then also get the inner liner's air pressure and knocked it out.
Logano and Elliott battle for 5th place. Kyle Busch up 5 spots, and Martin Truex had dropped 7, and now he's got 3 of those back in the 19. They slot in behind Logano here. Here's Martin Truex.
Go to 22. I should have wrecked it. Next time I will. Yes, sir. Sorry to that.
Well, Truex is wound up today, and now here he is side by side with Joey Logano. It's a big run from the 11 of Hamlin, and don't look behind now, but look behind him. The 18 of Kyle Busch actually came in under that caution flag. It took 4 tires. They had 5 or 6 laps on those tires. They wanted even a little bit fresher tires for this restart.
Well, Martin Truex's day got off to a bad start when they failed inspection not once for a body issue. They then failed again for rear tow out and then failed again. Finally, they got through inspection the 4th time, which means they were not allowed to qualify. They lose a crew member. They lose 30 minutes of practice time next week. And by the way, he had to start at the rear.
Well, and they had some issues last week on a pit stop. He had a car that could win last weekend, and they had an issue. So I think this frustration goes all the way back to last weekend's race at Las Vegas. And you're hearing it play out on his radio.
Second place, Johnson and Bowman. Jamie?
And they're running side by side. Mike, you had mentioned the teammates on the restart not necessarily working together. Well, Bowman thought the same thing. He said, why can't we just work together instead of against each other? And his spotter, who's very quick on his feet, Kevin Hamlin, said, hey, buddy, I'll do a better job, but you have to know this is Jimmy Johnson's home track. He's got the eye of the tiger. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, all Jimmy Johnson sees right now is he wants that checkered flag at this racetrack really bad.
Let's go side by side.
Hi guys, this is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
And it's not the trailer right next to us?
This guy? You don't believe me? Hop in.
Good looking pickup, I will say that.
Wow.
Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
That's cool.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Where's the trailer though?
I love it. It's magic.
Drivers, start your engine. Nascar returns to Homestead Miami Speedway with the Dixie Vodka 400. Join us as we take our silver lap around the track to celebrate our 25th anniversary. Experience heart-pounding action, NASCAR's biggest stars, and all the thrills and entertainment that you crave. Now on March 20th through the 22nd. Tickets are going fast, so get yours now. Call 866-409-RACE or visit HomesteadMiamiSpeedway.com.
That's the sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. When's a good time to break some news to a friend?
Over a bush.
Nice. I can't grow a mustache.
Hot donuts with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sweet and savory, it's cooked to order. Get it in a basket or a sandwich. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
Hey, Mitchell.
Copy that.
The Undertaker is here! The dead man has risen!
107 laps complete. Let's check in on the Coca-Cola family of drivers. See how they're faring. Denny Hamlin in 8th, Joey Logano 12th, Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez on the lead lap, Bubba Wallace 1 down. Race leader Ryan Blaney has an issue. Trash on the grill has always been a problem here. Hot dog wrappers, whatever. And he is the race leader. So they've told him about an 1/8 of a lap ahead is the 77 of Reed Sorensen. Blaney might be able to get up behind Sorensen, and the air pressure change would take the debris off his grill. But Sorensen's not that fast. He would likely lose the lead doing that.
Well, if he plans it right, and the timing works out, I think he'll be fine. What he doesn't want to do is when he looks in his mirror, he sees the 88 of Bowman closing in on him. He doesn't want to have to give up that lead to Bowman.
Want to see a top-to-bottom shot? While we're away, Kevin Harvick.
And you can see just that little bit of side draft that the 22 did to the rear bumper of the 18 allows those guys to lose so much momentum off the corner. 4 of Kevin Harvick goes shooting by like he's just shot out of a cannon, like he's got 100 more horsepower in that car.
Don't you think Hamlin and Kyle Busch love seeing that? Not,
yeah.
So here's Blaney, right up to Reed Sorensen, and yep.
Yeah, that was perfect. You just close up. It's amazing how that air just starts to trip up. You can see almost all that debris. That might be a piece of tape they put on the nose there on the 12 now, but pretty much all of it gone. As you can see, yeah, that's just a tiny bit of tape that they added to the nose of that car.
A thing of beauty.
That was perfect.
Eric Almirola back at 13th here with Joey Logano. Getting a little, is that help? Down the straightaway?
Well, ask Kyle Larson, because Denny Hamlin thought he was giving him some help, and that didn't turn out so well. How about Tyler Reddick in the 8th? I told you these dirt guys like to slide around on this racetrack and work all these different lanes and grooves. Pretty impressive run. 12th right now for Tyler Reddick.
One of 6 drivers in the field from California. Vince?
You know, I was so impressed with Reddick when I was talking with him earlier today. Sense of confidence, even though it is, you know, just a handful of races into his Cup career, not overwhelmed at all by the challenge of jumping from the Xfinity Series to the Cup Series. He and his crew chief, Randall Burnett, they worked together in the Xfinity Series. They made the transition up to Cup together, and you've got a real sense that these guys have it together, and they're going to continue to improve as this season progresses. It's been impressive so far.
Well, it's been a good early start for them. Here's our Xfinity fastest lap. 1 lap ago, Kyle Busch with a bit of a push from teammate Eric Jones. Fastest on track.
We talk about fresh rubber on those. With those 4 Goodyears, they've got about 6 less laps on them than the rest of the field. That will make a difference. And we're seeing it with that fastest lap of Kyle Busch's.
Well, the sun is out. We're past halfway. We're going to have a complete race today, and that is music to the ears of one Michael Waltrip.
Thanks, Mike. I'm down in the pits here behind the scenes with Paul Swan. Paul Swan, former middle linebacker for the Bowling Green University team, and now the tire carrier on this team. I saw you breaking down film. The guys are airing the tires. Your job really just starts after 13 seconds of organized chaos ends. How'd that stop look to you?
Oh, we made a couple mistakes. It was a low 13. We like to be in that 12-second range for the stops, and you know, if it goes really good, we like to be in the 11 seconds. But we got to be. That's almost got to be perfect to do that. So we're having a solid day right now. We just got to keep it up, keep helping Austin get spots skiing on the track, and hopefully we get a good finish out of this day.
A lot going on down here still, guys, after these pit stops. It's really interesting to see.
His driver, Austin Dillon, currently 18th and on the lead lap, about 13 and a half back of the lead.
Now, this is what I call working together, is the 2 of Brad Keselowski and the 19 of Mark Truex Jr. trying to use that draft down the straightaways to close in on some of their competitors ahead of them, like Jimmy Johnson.
Well, let's try Martin's radio again.
Getting pretty tight again. Tempo, we see it. It's just all that traffic, I used it up.
Yeah, and what Mark Truex Jr. is talking about, he needs track position and clean air. They need to have a really great stop or do something on a green flag stop in order to leap ahead of some of these other cars so he can have clean air, because he has a very good race car, but he's using it all up, using those tires up and hurting the balance because he's having to race them so hard.
Well, Truex has rebounded to 4th. Here are his teammates Hamlin and Kyle Busch, 7th and 8th. Ryan Blaney has that MVP look about him today. You know, we talk about it being Jimmy Johnson's home track, and Blaney, who came a whisker away from winning the Daytona 500 and was in contention to win, when cautions fell the other way last week at Las Vegas. Look at him stretch it out over Alex Bowman by 2.5.
Well, we've talked about it over the offseason, that change with Penske Racing, switching some crew chiefs around. You know, which one of these driver and crew chief combinations was going to work the best. Even though Joey Logano won the race last week with Paul Wolf as his crew chief this year, his old crew chief, Todd Gordon, right now I think the chemistry is very strong between him and Blaney.
4 laps to go in stage 2, Matt.
Keselowski back up into the 4th position, but a few moments ago when the 19 of Truex passed him for that spot, he came on the radio and said, I was wide open and he drove just right by me. So a little bit of shock and consternation for Keselowski. He was cautiously optimistic about their chances today. Felt they might have been a little lacking in the speed department, not showing it right now.
Well, he's closed right up on Jimmy Johnson for 3rd with Truex in tow. They are single file as we wind down to the end of stage 2.
Yeah, the one that right now isn't showing speed that did at this restart, last restart, was Joey Logano. He was up there at the top 5. He's all the way down in 15th position now, but his teammates are still very, very competitive towards the front. Something we've seen out of Truex Jr. is they don't always qualify good. I think they have a little more drag and some downforce in their cars. That's why they don't qualify as good, but they usually race extremely good. And I think that was the thing about Mark Truex Jr.'s comments when the 2 of Brad Keselowski went by him. It's that he's holding it wide open. He just doesn't have the sheer speed like some of these other cars.
Look at Jimmy Johnson from our Ally Cam trying to hold on to 3rd place in this stage from Brad Keselowski. 2 to go.
Every position you lose on the track in these closing laps of the stage is another opportunity to lose more on pit road. You want to be as far to the front as you possibly can so you can have a great pit stop and maybe even get clean air and come out front.
Kyle Busch trying to pass Denny Hamlin. Teammates battling for 7th. Final lap of the stage, Kevin Harvick in position to get the final stage point. About half a second ahead of Tyler Reddick. Alex Bowman won the first stage, but not by the 3.2 seconds that Ryan Blaney has on the field.
Yeah, Blaney just looks totally in control. Car nice and straight, not hanging it out there. Doing an awesome job.
Ryan Blaney and Team Penske win stage 2 by 3.2 seconds. First stage win of the year for Blaney. Ahead of Bowman, Johnson, Keselowski, and Truex. Ryan Blaney, stage 2 winner.
While the world keeps fighting for your attention, we'll keep building smarter SUVs to help keep you focused on the road ahead. And the road beside. Did we mention the road ahead? With an available best-in-class EPA estimated combined fuel economy and the technology to practically park itself, this is the reimagined 2020 Ford Escape.
The journey will end for one of these Masked Singers. Heading home is The Masked Singer, all new, followed by Lego Masters, Wednesday on Fox.
For years, you've aspired to our brands. The look, the feel, the drive. You've heard what our customers say, the satisfaction, the experience, the convenience, and you've imagined choosing the vehicle that's perfect for you. You've always wanted a premier experience offering hundreds of quality pre-owned vehicles, and it's all waiting for you at Reeves Pre-Owned. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
If you've changed the way you watch television and use a smart TV or one of those streaming devices like Amazon's Fire Stick or Roku, make sure you download the Fox Now app to watch live Fox 13 newscasts, primetime shows, and sporting events. The Fox Now app. Get it now.
Do you remember what happened? Man should remember his past.
Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? Do you remember the first song that you guys ever wrote together?
Do you remember jokes and take pleasure in relating them to others?
Remember me.
Remember me, huh?
Oh, sure, I remember you. I, of course, remember you.
Remember the magic. Remember the moments. Remember the movies.
Watch movies over the air on 13.2 and on these cable providers.
At Spa Manufacturers, we have good news. A hot tub from Spa Manufacturers is good for your health, relaxing, and fun. Spa Manufacturers, 6060 Ulmerton Road, a quarter mile east of US 19. Look for the big yellow duck that saves you big bucks.
Look closely at the perfection that is the Quarter Pounder, and you'll see it's actually made of countless imperfections. Those randomly and impulsively placed sesame seeds, that one slice of melty cheese at the bottom, and another draped haphazardly over the 100% fresh beef patty cooked right when you order. True, the hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet is not perfect, but when you put it all together, it's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This week on Friday night's #1 show, the road to WrestleMania heats up. Bray Wyatt reacts to The Fiend's match against the legend John Cena at WrestleMania. All that and more from Buffalo, Friday Night SmackDown, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, on Fox. Let's get a little smack about what we're going to see here on Pit Stops. Regan.
Well, the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, continues his progression to the front. Hit a little bit of a wall right here, though. This race car is too tight from the center exit. He needs to fix that area of the corner. Vince?
Well, after having a dominant car at times last week, Chase Elliott, after leading the most laps, winning stage 1 and stage 2 last week, they've been pretty good again this week, but a little too heavy on that right front. So for the first time today, they're going to make a chassis adjustment on that 9. Otherwise, he likes it. He's been up around the top 5 all day. Jamie?
Alex Bowman in the 88 has had a rocket ship since they unloaded on Friday. Minimal changes throughout the weekend, and that has been the story today. He's led 47 laps. He doesn't want any changes now, just air pressure. Matt, they're coming to you.
Ryan Blaney just playing with him, showing his presence with authority. Now, he had closed it up to about 3/10, got the debris off the grill, opened it back up to 3 seconds plus. The car a little bit free on exit at turn 2 and turn 4.
All right, pit road, a busy place, and everybody going for 4 tires due to the abrasive nature of this racetrack. Tires trump track position. So Elliott away there. Alex Bowman getting service.
Jimmy Johnson, remember that crew was really excited about the stop they had the last time. He's got a straight shot off of pit road. Oh, they missed their adjustment with the tape, but they're going to win the battle off the end of pit road.
Ram sponsors our race off pit road. Johnson +2 with 4 tires. Blaney down 2 spots, and Kevin Harvick picks up 5.
You can see that tire carrier in the front trying to pull the tape off, put a little tape on that nose, gives it a little bit more downforce, and as well as takes a little drag off the car. But what do you say we dial up our stage 2 winner, Ryan Blaney? Hey, Ryan, this is Mike and Jeff up in the Fox Sports booth. You got me?
Yeah, Jeff, I got you.
Well, buddy, congratulations on that stage 2 win, man. That was a strong run. You guys are just off to a great start of this season. You and Todd Gordon seem to be really clicking right now. Love the tribute to Kobe and those that were lost in that tragic accident. Tell us about this final stage. How are you going to win this race?
Well, I think we've gotten our car better every run, it seems like, so I think we'll keep working that direction. I still don't think our car is perfect. We can definitely get it better, and you know, there's a handful of guys that seem to be getting better too, so I think just staying on top of things is the big part of it. Todd's done a great job all day of making adjustments. It's just a matter of keeping up with the racetrack.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to us. Tighten up those belts. This restart's going to be a fun one.
So they've been fun for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching. Thank you.
Ryan Blaney spent about 20 minutes with Kobe Bryant a couple of years ago, was just amazed at Kobe's detailed interest in our sport.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. Ram trucks, back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Now get an average $13,047 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500 plus these additional incentives.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
I'm going to open up 2 beers. Okay. You tell me which sounds more refreshing. Gotcha. This one? Or this one?
Bush. Definitely the one that went Bush. What beer is that?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
It's Bush.
Right.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, they're changing everything again. Jiffy Lube Multicare. Brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. You can do more in a Jiffy.
With Pizza Hut's new Mozzarella Poppers pizza, you can switch between 16 fried mozzarella bites and a large pizza. Pizza, then app. App, then pizza. It's your world. We're just making pizza in it. Hurry and try it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pain can wear you down. Physically, emotionally. But you are resilient. And Icy Hot helps fuel your resilience with powerful relief. Icy the Dull, hot to relax. Pain will not get the best of you. It will bring out the best in you.
Geez, you're getting an army over here.
Technically a Navy. Ooh, that's right. Share those. See that kid over there? I don't even know who he is.
It's the Harrison kid.
Oh, the Harrison kid.
You're gonna let them eat all of this food?
Yeah. We get triple points on groceries, so each time they clear me out, I'm closer to something for me.
Nice new gear.
Yeah, remind me to thank the Harrison kid.
Find more in your everyday spending with the More Rewards card. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
125 laps complete, 75 to go in Southern California. Let's check in with the studio for a Wendy's race break.
Thank you so much, Mike. Of course, Ryan Blaney leading the field at the end of stage 1. Let's talk about the team that led the field to green, though, Stewart-Haas Racing. Clint Boyer starting the day in that pole position. He had that tire issue in stage 2. You also have Kevin Harvick, who started 5th on the day. With that pit stop, he's back in the top 5. Cole Custer has not shown speed all weekend. Eric Almirola did show some speed. He was in the top 10 for most of stage 1, but he has fallen out. What have you seen out of Stewart-Haas Racing, Jamie?
Well, it's been a little bit of a struggle. Kevin Harvick, right from the get-go, was complaining about his car, that he didn't think it handled well. And then our pole setter, Clint Boyer, we talked about the balance between being fast in qualifying and being fast in the race, and they have missed that again today, Larry.
And they continue to make major adjustments at every pit stop. The problem is we may be down to only one more pit stop, and it may be things they built into that car that adjustment on the pit stop's not going to fix it.
We saw some racing moves from Kevin Harvick. We'll see how stage 3 goes. Let's go back out to California. But don't forget, Wendy's breakfast is now available nationwide every morning, Mike.
Thanks, Shannon. On the stage break, Kyle Larson gets the free pass, so he is back on the lead lap and will restart 27.
Keep an eye on this outside lane. It just seems to me like the outside lane is the preferred lane on these restarts. And you have some teammates that are going to line up in those Toyotas with Truex, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin on that outside lane. So a lot of pushing going on there.
Yeah, the Toyotas will restart 4th, 6th, 8th, and 9th. Chevy front row. Jimmy Johnson, Alex Bowman, here they come to the Geico restart zone. Pace car makes that hard left. And we're ready for stage 3.
Well, and that time the inside lane because of Ryan Blaney. A huge push to the rear bumper of Alex Bowman gives him the lead coming into turn 3. And 4 wide. Of course, Logano taking that dive all the way down the white line. Well, Jimmy Johnson might get to the outside corner of the 8A, and here comes to the inside Ryan Blaney on Alex Bowman.
All right, 8A, if you want it, bottom of 3. Bottom of 3. They're pulling each other back, so bottom of 3 even.
And here comes Truex.
Truex.
4 wide.
Corner, so bottom.
You saw that Bowman side drafted on Jimmy Johnson, dumped that air in the rear spoiler, and that really drug him back. That gave that opening on the outside for Truex to take the lead. Boy, great battle. Here comes Ryan Blaney now being pushed by Denny Hamlin to the lead. But Bowman just cannot get through turns 3 and 4 to maintain this lead. He gets stalled up every time, whether they're on the inside or the outside.
And Bowman leads them to the stripe this time. Truex has a run. He's going to take it downstairs.
Oh, all the way to the bottom, 3 wide. Can he slide up in front of the 12 of Ryan Blaney and maintain this lead?
There you go. Put him in your way now. Keep him behind you there.
And look who's 5th. Tyler Reddick.
With a huge push from the 18 of Kyle Busch right now. He has been phenomenal in these restarts all day long.
For the lead.
To give a push to the 19. Well, I almost wonder if Bowman couldn't have taken them 3 wide to take the lead right there. I think right now Bowman's thinking, I need to shuffle out this 12-car Ryan Blaney. He's been so strong up front. But that's a tough choice because now you have Martin Truex Jr. up front.
Larry, this 3rd stage is 20 laps longer than either of the other 2. If you try to split this stage in half, are you asking a lot of your tires?
No, I think that's exactly what they'll do, Mike. We went back racing with 73 laps to go, so what they'll do, they should break it. Should we not have a caution? About 36 laps to run, so we'll probably pit somewhere around lap 160 to 165, which is, again, you know, call it 35, 40 to go.
Hamlin, Truex. Joe Gibbs' teammates battling. Alex Bowman right in amongst them.
Well, it's such a tough decision to make as a driver. You get these big runs and you want to get to the outside, but you don't want to be locked side by side with anybody because it just opens up the door for the car behind you.
Remember, both of those Toyotas started this race in the rear. As they battle, watch the 24 of William Byron come into picture here.
Yeah, he thought about going to the outside. Logano had to check up. He slid. Oh, wow. The 20 of Eric Jones made a little contact with the left rear of the 24 on Byron. Turned him sideways. What a save.
All that happening back around 17th spot.
And Bowman out front in the lead on Martin Truex Jr. Can he hold him off now?
Alex Bowman trying to do what the Chevrolets and the Fords had little luck doing last year, holding off the Toyotas, which won more than half the races last season.
Well, and we talked all weekend long. Yeah, the Toyotas haven't shown a lot of speed. Oh, they're struggling. Well, guess what? They're 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now.
.67 laps to go. Alex Bowman out in front.
As a caricature artist, I appreciate what makes each person unique. That's why I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no 2 people are alike. And customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Almost done? What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jonah Hill going to flake out on Martin Scorsese? The world wants to know.
Come on, Jonah, come on. I apologize.
I got room. Hop in. Mondays, right? You guys go. Get in, Brian.
Thanks, Mom.
Hey.
Howdy. Again?
Go wherever they need you. The all-new Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, I'm Rusty Wallace.
And I'm Johnny Bench.
And we're no strangers to big-time pain.
Which is why we trust Blue Emu's pain relief products.
I use it every day to keep me on the move because winning never gets old.
Blue Emu pain relief products, non-greasy, deep penetrating formula gets down deep into your muscles and joints to do its magic.
And speaking of magic...
Blue Emu.
It works fast.
And you won't sting.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything. And we're continuing to change. With Jiffy Lube Multi-Care, you can get services on oil changes, brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. You can do more in a jiffy.
Nothing is certain in life, son, except death. And when you walk into Little Caesars, there'll be a $5 hot and ready pizza for you.
What about taxes?
We're from the IRS.
I forgot taxes.
Walk in and walk out of Little Caesars with a large hot and ready classic for just $5.
Pizza, pizza.
The heavyweights are back on Fox. The Polish hero and Brooklyn brawler Adam Kovnatski puts his undefeated record on the line against Robert Helenies.
You're gonna see some fireworks.
It's a heavyweight showdown. Saturday at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Welcome back to NASCAR Cup Racing on Fox, brought to you by NASCAR's premier partners. 63, make it 62 laps to go now at Auto Club Speedway. Alex Bowman out in front of Martin Truex by 1.4 seconds. Jimmy Johnson another 0.8 back. And Martin Truex gave up the lead intentionally. Why?
Well, he had a huge piece of debris on the nose. As you see right there, that's blocking all the airflow to that radiator, causing the water temp to skyrocket. I'm pretty sure right here going into turn one, he probably waved the 88 of Bowman to the inside. Not that he could have held off Bowman anyway. He's very strong right now, but I believe he did wave him to the inside. And as they came off turn two, whew, that piece of debris flew right off the nose of the number 19.
Jones, Kozlowski, Almirola here fighting for 11th. And let's show you one of Ryan Blaney's moves here from the last 2 minutes.
Well, we've seen a lot of aggressive driving from all these guys trying to gain positions. And you see Ryan Blaney got a run into turn one. He dove to the bottom. Well, this is how strong Ryan Blaney's car is, that he was able to make that pass. So not only the 8 of Tyler Reddick, but slide up in front of the 18 of Kyle Busch, as Kyle Busch gives him a little hello down the back straightaway. Boom! Yeah, so what Ryan Blaney's alluding to, he's locked in on these lower pressures of where he can maneuver his car, because he's really on the splitter hard. As those pressures build up, it gets off that front splitter, but probably not able to be as aggressive as he really wants to on the restarts.
Denny Hamlin has been in the wall.
Uh-oh. We saw this yesterday by Kyle Busch in practice in turns 3 and 4, where he brushed the wall after hitting a bump.
Here's a look at it. Hamlin was 4th. Blaney had just passed him.
You see, you saw where, yeah, Denny got a little bit loose, probably trying to jump back to the throttle to keep Blaney from getting by him. And he gets a little bit high, just brushes the wall. Now you got to keep an eye on those right sides, because if there's too much damage, we've seen how quickly they can cut the tires down.
Hamlin holding 6th against Kevin Harvick. Here comes Kurt Busch. How about Harvick, Jamie?
Yeah, how about him? What a comeback. Remember in the first stage, he was basically saying that car would not do anything. It was junk. They couldn't fix it. And he was mired away mid-pack. And now they have worked worked on that car, made air pressure adjustments, and he's saying that the car is just getting better. And by the way, tip of the hat to his pit crew. They gained him 5 spots on that last pit stop, and you see him now battling up there for the top 5. Vince?
Well, and just ahead of Harvick is the 9 of Chase Elliott. And Jamie, you talking about Harvick's crew gaining him spots on pit road. Elliott lost 6 spots on his last pit stop when they made that chassis adjustment. Very slow, so it's set him back into the 12th position. He's slowly starting to work his way up, and he has a car that gets better the longer they run. So he's hoping that those spots come back to him quickly as his car gets better.
Side by side with Kurt Busch and Hamlin, this battle for 6th place. And how about Kurt Busch rebounding from missing his pit stall? He had to come around and come back in, restart tail end, and he is up to 6th place.
Yeah, this is a great track for Kurt Busch. He really has run well here, been consistent. He's won here in the past, looked really good in practice. That set him back a lot, so it's so tough if you lose track position after that second run or so. It's so much harder to gain those spots back because now you've got cars that are up for, got Denny Hamlin. Looks like he got to the rear bumper, the 9 of Chase Elliott, and got him sideways right there. We already saw what happens when Denny Hamlin pushes you down the straightaway. Kyle Larson can allude to that. Kurt Busch going to slide in there, and that gap between Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin.
Great battle here, 6th through 9th with 56 laps to go. Big day for Jimmy Johnson. He was honored here, has been honored all weekend. His wife and daughters waved the green flag to start this race. His final race at his home racetrack of a storied 7 Championship Cup career.
Welcome to Portobello's. This guy looks like he's ready for some scampi bites.
Wait a sec. I feel like I know you.
Oh, have you dined with us before?
No, you're that insurance guy, aren't you? The pasty one.
Oh, as if. Like I'm going to go into some spiel about how you can get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool.
Hey, Robbie, you telling about the mushroom puffers?
Just about to, Pam.
Wait, are we in a Progressive commercial?
Come on down to Portobello's. It's food, family, and fun.
What is happening?
While the world keeps fighting for your attention, we'll keep building smarter SUVs to help keep you focused on the road ahead. And the road beside. Did we mention the road ahead? With an available best-in-class EPA estimated combined fuel economy and the technology to practically park itself, this is the reimagined 2020 Ford Escape.
5-Hour Energy gets you through your on-the-go life. Now it comes in 2 delicious tropical flavors that can take you to a whole new on-the-go experience. Try them both. Vote for your favorite. You could be on the go to someplace you actually want to go.
At Outback, steak and lobster is back. Oh, no, it's gone. Phew, it's back with lobster mac and cheese. It's gone again? Oh, it's back with shrimp now. Steak and lobster starting at only $16.99. Hurry in before these 3 are gone again. Outback Steakhouse.
What is NASCAR in Texas? It's the passion, fueled by 200 miles per hour of aggression. It's the icons that everyone comes to see. It's the access, the closest you can get. And it's the party, Texas-sized and bigger than anywhere else. This is NASCAR, and this is Texas. The O'Reilly Auto Parts 500, March 29th. Buy your tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Welcome back to the Auto Club 400 on Fox. 52 laps to go. Alex Bowman out front. Time for today's Credit One Bank ones to watch. Jeff.
Well, Mike, I think this is a very important season for Alex Bowman, Hendrick Motorsports, and for that Chevrolet Camaro. Already more than 60 laps led here today. He just wants to lead that last one to get the win today.
Jeff, Kyle Busch has had not much to celebrate in the Cup Series since hoisting the trophy, the championship trophy at Homestead last November. Best finish of 15. They just keep chipping away with that 18 car. And with one more trip to pit road, don't count O'Rowdy out.
Spotter Clayton Hughes has delivered a lot of messages today. Truex would love to deliver the biggest one, and that's score the trophy. Remember, started at the back, all the way to the front. He bounces back and forth between tight and loose. I think Truex scores his second win here at Auto Club Speedway.
Guys, I'm keeping my eye on Kurt Busch. He qualified 4th, but he missed his pit stop earlier in the race. Jeff Gordon just came on a little bit ago and talked about how he's all the way back up to 7th. I thought he had one of the best cars in practice. Keep your eye on Kurt.
Can 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson win his 7th Auto Club Speedway race today? My head says Ryan Blaney. My heart says 48. And that's your Credit One Bank ones to watch. With now 50 laps to go. And Alex Bowman in front of Martin Truex by 3.6 seconds. Well, this place hasn't gotten any smoother since we started Friday, has it?
I mean, and these teams run these cars so stiff with the springs and the shocks to get the platform and get the drag and downforce where they want it. And you see and feel every one of those bumps throughout this race. So these guys are going to be pretty sore tomorrow.
And thanks for Jimmy Johnson for carrying our Fox visor cam and putting you right there in the cockpit with it.
You got to drive this track, Mike, and we saw right there with Jimmy Johnson, every single lap you're sliding either the front or the back of the car as you're maneuvering through traffic. The restarts are wild, multiple grooves. I mean, this place is fun.
Speaking of fun, that is Michael Waltrip's middle name.
Yeah, I've got on my helmet cam too here. I've got my hat cam, and I tell you, I'm on the Pit Road Suites, and this is a great way to consume a race. You can slip downstairs and get a hot slice of pizza or a cold beer, or come up here on the roof and check out the action in front of you. But I'll tell you, the only problem with this is the racing has been so intense, my neck hurts and I'm dizzy from going there to there, watching the cars come off turn 2 and down the back. What a great view, what a great facility. I'm loving this day.
Thanks, Michael. Nobody making any inroads on Alex Bowman except his teammate Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch, maybe Kevin Harvick. Those are the only cars that were quicker than Bowman on this last lap.
Yeah, as we ride on board here with Kyle Larson, who had some issues earlier, but doing a nice job, you know, kind of trying to make something out of this day, even though he has damage to the car and got caught up in an incident earlier. But yeah, Mike, back to your point, if Chase Elliott or Kurt Busch can get some track position, maybe even a Denny Hamlin, they're fast. They're very fast. A little debris on the nose of Chase Elliott.
Kyle Busch in 5th place with our Toyota cam. And we use this driver shot to show you just how bumpy this old country road is.
Yeah, I mean, think about doing that for 200 laps. And your body, your spine, everything feels that. Not only does it make it a little bit hard to keep the maximum amount of grip in the car and want to push the car to the limit, but it also is really hard on your neck and your body throughout the whole day.
Yeah, and these seats aren't padded like the ones in your Hot Rod Camaro.
Not at all. It is a stiff. It's built for protection and performance. It's definitely not built for comfort.
Larry?
So, guys, as far as a fuel window, it is open right now with 45 laps to go. But I talked about maybe splitting this stage in half and going maybe to about 37 or 36 to go. I think it'll be a chess match. Who's going to make the commitment first? I think somewhere maybe about 40 laps to go, you may see some of them start to peel off if they want to get the jump on Alex Bowman in that 88.
All right, John Hunter Nemechek has just made his pit stop under green. Green flag pit stops coming up. You're watching Fox NASCAR.
USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. There's a company that's talked to even more real people than me. J.D. Power, 448,134 to be exact. They answered 410 questions in 8 categories about vehicle quality. And when they were done, Chevy earned more J.D. Power quality awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs than any other brand over the last 4 years. So on behalf of Chevrolet, I want to say thank you, real people. You're welcome. We're going to need a bigger room.
Look closely at the perfection that is the Quarter Pounder, and you'll see it's actually made of countless imperfections. Those randomly and impulsively placed sesame seeds, that one slice of melty cheese at the bottom, and another draped haphazardly over the 100% fresh beef patty cooked right when you order. True, the hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet is not perfect, but when you put it all together, it's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's the sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. There's only one bush left. Who gets it?
Why don't you arm wrestle for it?
Just take it.
42 laps to go in Fontana. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Chase the possibilities. Unlock discovery at every turn. Goodyear. More driven. Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson, and Chase Elliott on pit road. Vince.
Well, for Chase Elliott, he just told Alan Gustafson, he said, I'm not bad, I'm just not good enough. So they're going to make another air pressure adjustment to try to get him a little bit more freedom on that right front, and a late chassis adjustment as well, Matt.
Bowman and Johnson, very similar in chassis setup. Johnson says the car is still a little floaty. Wants another adjustment, still too tight this run like the previous run. Meanwhile, the 19 of Martin Truex, he was concerned about what lane the 88 was running. You can see the 18 also on pit road. Truex says his car more on the free side, needs a bigger adjustment this time. Regan.
Well, Denny Hamlin's race car has been getting better most of the day until he brushed the fence a few laps ago. As soon as he did that, that race car went too tight. 4 tires for him. Jamie?
Kevin Harvick in the force that balances okay right now. A little bit too tight on exit. A 4-tire stop, air pressure once again. Matt.
And the 19, they're back on the left side. Their teammate, the 18, Kyle Busch, is in, and he's already down and away, losing a lot of time here on the 19. They cannot get the Lutz off on that left rear. Huge, huge bad luck here for the 19, Jamie. Impact gun issues.
Tough break for the 19 indeed, and the leader, Alex Bowman, was getting anxious on the radio, saying he was just too tight turning. The tires were falling off too much, but Greg Ives, his crew chief, wanted him to go about 38 laps. They accomplished that here. They'll fill him up in air pressure. Matt, back to you.
And probably the most dominant car all day, the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Trying to get Roger Penske another win at the racetrack that he built. The car has gone to the free side. You heard him earlier saying it was too tight to run the bottom, adding tape and another adjustment for the 12.
4 drivers have not stopped at the front of the field. Keselowski, Buescher, Stenhouse, of course, and Boyer. When we cycle back around, it'll be Bowman to the lead over Blaney.
Well, it's really unfortunate with Truex Jr. and that issue that they had, but I was really curious to watch Alex Bowman come to pit road. Let's look at this 19 pit stop first. You can see he's having an issue with the gun.
Jeff, he had the same problem on the right rear. They were having gun problems
it's
right
like
there.
He couldn't get it to reverse. He could get him to, the lug nuts to turn and tighten, but he couldn't get it to reverse and pull those lug nuts off.
And here is the radio for Team 19.
Your fault. What's going on? What was that? What the hell happened? I'm not too sure right now. Something with a gum. I think Lee's
So Truex goes a lap down.
Was that a medical issue? It looks like something is wrong with his hand, that he hurt his hand and wasn't able to switch the gun around from tightening to loosening lug nuts. You can see him looking at his hand.
Might have caught a finger, Larry. Those guns, air guns, they have a lot of torque to them.
Oh, they really, really do. But I agree with you guys. With him holding his hand like that, something happened over there. It all started on the right rear, and it just escalated to the left rear, Matt.
And Lee Cunningham is going to be taken to the Infield Care Center, veteran tire changer here in the sport. You guys mentioned the injury to his wrist and hand. Medical personnel are looking things over on Cunningham. Jamie.
Well, I mentioned, Matt, that Alex Bowman was getting anxious that the tires were falling off. This is the right rear tire that just came off the 88. Look at the cords right here. He's happy to get those 4 fresh tires, guys.
Happy? He's happy. He'll be delirious if he sees that. My goodness.
And I was going to go back. I was very anxious to see how Alex Bowman handled entering pit road. We saw him lock up tires, being very aggressive to that pit road entry earlier. That time, he actually lost some time to Ryan Blaney, who was behind him, who was very aggressive. But they had really nice pit stops, and he was able to get off pit road before Ryan Blaney.
So now it's Keselowski and Boyer on the long run strategy. They've not been on pit road since lap 123. Everyone else has just stopped.
All right, guys, you know my theory. If you follow the leader, guess what you'll do? You'll follow the leader. So it appears to me what Jeremy Bullins is doing with Brad Keselowski in the 2 and Johnny Klossmeyer in the 14, they know they did not have race-winning cars, but you see they're hitting on pit road right now. What they were doing, they were hedging their bet, hoping they could catch a caution before they made their trip to pit road.
So when they come in, it'll cycle the lead back to Alex Bowman, and he will have about 3 seconds. He is now the leader as he passes Clint Boyer.
That's how big of a difference it is between new tires and old tires that Clint Boyer had.
So Bowman back to the lead. Boyer stays on track in second. Blaney will be third and Kyle Busch fourth. 34 laps to go. Let's go Fox side by side.
Hi. Can you tell me how to get to I-70, please? Oh, okay. Are you... yes. Thank you.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Hi, guys. This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
And it's not the trailer right next to us?
This guy? You don't believe me? Hop in.
Good looking pickup, I will say that. Wow.
Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible. Wow.
That's pretty sweet. Cool. There we go. That's awesome. Where's the trailer though?
I love it. It's magic.
We're off to a good start from left bead, but right bead is cutting him off now. Left bead is making a bit of contact. Oh, we've got a double bead going for the inside line. The left bead into first place.
Beautiful. I am the future, and I am now. I am going to make sure my name will be the one you'll remember forever. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Soak in the moment. Oh my God. On the top turnbuckle. The big dog roll.
Friday Night SmackDown, sponsored by Progressive, at 8 Eastern, only on Fox.
In 1979, Jiffy Lube changed everything by providing the first convenient oil change service. Millions of satisfied customers later, we're still who you trust. Jiffy Lube. You can do more in a jiffy.
31 laps to go in Southern California. Here's a look at today's USAA biggest movers. Since the last restart, Ross Chastain up 10. Substituting for Ryan Newman, who paid a visit to the Roush Fenway shop this week. Gathered everybody together, thanked them for building him a good, safe race car. Did a little sponsor video while he was there, and continues his recovery. Still no timetable for his return. And Chastain took some time with the media. They asked him, were you hard on yourself last week? And he said, yes, absolutely. He says, because I expect more of myself than we got, but I'm really happy to have this opportunity, and I'm going to make the most of it. Vince?
Well, he's probably going to be disappointed with himself again after this race, because on a previous pit stop, not the most recent one, but the one before that, he missed coming into the box and got the car too close to the wall, and it was really tough on the jackman to get the car up, and they lost several positions there. All things considered, though, Chastain's done a great job, and the crew chief, Scott Graves, told me they've been really pleased with the job Ross has done, and as far as the car is concerned, it's continually gotten better throughout the course of the day. He's been an able substitute for sure, Mike.
He sure has, as Jimmy Johnson moves past teammate Chase Elliott for fourth. Ryan Newman and Roush Fenway have been busy on Twitter about his recovery. There he is in the shop and addressing everybody, getting a standing ovation after a brief hospital stay following a horrific crash on the last lap of the Daytona 500. Again, we wish Ryan Newman a speedy recovery, and Ross Chastain doing a admirable job as a fill-in, currently in 16th.
Yeah, no, Ross is definitely doing a good job. Yeah, I want to shout out to Ryan Newman, and get well soon, man, and can't wait to get you back here to the racetrack soon.
Riding with Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick. They are 8th and 9th. As you look back from the Ford onboard camera, and this battle won't quit for fourth place.
No, it won't. Can't tell who's wanting to hold off the other the most right here. We got three Chevrolets together, but you know, the 48, I believe, came off pit road before the 9 of Chase Elliott, and then they swapped positions, and now they've swapped them again.
Now Kurt Busch wants to play. 4th, 5th, and 6th place here. And let's get a further update on the Martin Truex crew, Matt.
Mike, I had an opportunity to talk to Lee Cunningham before he walked himself to the Infield Care Center. He said that he feels fine. The problem is that his arm started to cramp up. And so that's why he had all the issues between the wrist and going up the forearm, and it just totally locked right up. That's what you were seeing, the issues when he was trying to get that left rear out and off.
Yeah, everybody thinks that changing tires, it just happens so fast that these guys aren't athletes. These guys are incredible athletes, and there's a lot of conditioning goes into it. But you've got to make sure that you have yourself prepared throughout this whole day, too, with hydration. Just like we talk about that with the drivers when it's a hot day, those guys have to be loose, limber, and hydrated down there to prevent something like a cramp happening also.
So you saw his replacement getting suited up there, even though NASCAR has reduced the number of traveling crew this year. These teams always have reserves in place and ready to go should somebody need relief, as we saw. Jimmy Johnson almost needed some relief right there.
We saw some great racing, some close action between teammates. The 9 of Chase Elliott getting right to the rear bumper of the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. While all that happened, Kurt Busch was able to go right by him, but here comes Chase Elliott back. And Chase was hoping to clear and get up in front of Kurt Busch right there, not able to do it. This battle not over. A little more side drafting coming. This should allow Chase Elliott to clear Kurt Busch. But now he's got to dive up in front of him. Oh, Kurt Busch had to check up right there.
The problem, Jeff, is they are losing about 3 or 4 tenths of a second a lap to the leader while they battle.
Kurt Busch easily could have gone to the inside and tried to make that pass on Chase Elliott, but he knew they were losing that valuable time that you mentioned, Mike, and he chose to just get to his rear bumper, try to push him down the straightaway and try to make up some of that ground that was lost.
Ty Dillon just ahead is 1 lap down in the 13. Michael McDowell in the free pass position in 23rd. The first car 1 lap down. Dillon 25th. You don't like what you're seeing here.
Well, I think Chase Elliott could have run a higher lane. Kurt Busch had the advantage by watching and seeing what lane the 9 was going to choose and went right around him on the outside.
Well, so that you and we and everybody at home doesn't miss a minute of this, we're going to go Fox side by side with 23 to go.
You name it. The Ford F-150 will tow up to 13,200 pounds of it.
That's a sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. When's a good time to break some news to a friend?
Over a bush.
Nice. I can't grow a mustache.
At Outback, steak and lobster is back. Oh, no, it's gone. Phew, it's back with lobster mac and cheese. It's gone again? Oh, it's back with shrimp now. Steak and lobster starting at only $16.99. Hurry in before these three are gone again. Outback Steakhouse.
This is a stage. The Garden. The Mecca.
This is a Big East tournament, folks.
Where stars shine brighter.
Marcus Howard. Little power taking over.
And moments last a lifetime.
You can't guard against that, Gus.
This is where the conference king is crowned.
What a game at the Garden.
The Big East tournament, March 11th through 14th on Fox FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
The heavyweights are back on Fox.
In front of his hometown crowd, the Polish people came out.
The Polish hero and Brooklyn brawler, Adam Babyface Kovnatski,
He ain't getting up!
puts his undefeated record on the line against Robert Helenies, the Nordic Nightmare.
It will be fire against fire.
It's a heavyweight showdown. Saturday at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I am back. After months away, I return. I am the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series. I am NASCAR.
Here's your Progressive race summary with 20 laps to go. Alex Bowman's your leader, one of 8 different leaders, 16 lead changes, 22 cars on the lead lap, 3 caution flags so far. Tonight on FS1, Diego Valeri leads the Portland Timbers against Minnesota United. It's the season kickoff at 7 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Alex Bowman has a lead here of 5 seconds with 19 to play.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring Jamie McMurray in on this conversation, too, because this is making me a little bit nervous. We saw the right rear tire down to the cords on Alex Bowman on that last pit stop. We've heard that they've told Alex Bowman about that issue. He was losing valuable time. He's going to have to go even longer this time, yet he's been extending this lead. Jamie, what do you do if you're Alex Bowman?
Well, look, if I were Greg Ives, I would be telling Alex to slow down. We've been watching him. I mean, every lap, he is the fastest car. He's got up to a 5-second lead, which is a pretty big lead here. It's all about tire management. We've talked about that. And we haven't seen tire troubles, but we've seen tires worn out. And if he gets in that same position, Jeff, that he was in last time, he was losing a half to 3/4 of a second a lap when that tire started to go down to the cords.
Now, last time by, Ryan Blaney was a 1/4 second quicker than Bowman. And Martin Truex trying to rebound from trouble on that pit stop at 8th place. And here's what happened.
We've seen these guys battling it all day long. The 19 of Truex Jr. and the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And then Eric Almirola taking advantage of it. Tries to go the outside of Truex. But, boy, that was a close moment between Hamlin and Truex. And this battle's still not over yet. There's going to be a lot of frustrations in that Monday morning meeting over there at JGR.
17 laps to go, Larry. Looks like it's trend time.
Well, it is, Mike. I know we've only had one caution outside of the two stage ends, and that was for Clint Boyer when he lost that left front tire. What I did, I went back and I looked at the last 9 races at Auto Club. The reason the last 9, that's when we went to 400 miles. And the average of the last caution, we're almost right there. Lap 185 with 15 to go. 5 times out of those 9 in the final 5 laps, and we have had 4 overtime finishes in those 9 races.
Well, if I'm Alex Bowman, I don't know if I want to see that caution Larry's calling for or not. He's got a good lead, but if there was a caution, he could get new tires. Meanwhile, what was this?
Here was almost caution. Oh, man. See Keselowski diving from the top. He sees the 11 of Hamlin sliding up in front of him, losing momentum, and he just turned left. I mean, they almost made contact right there. That could have been pretty big.
Now, should caution wave, there are 21 lead lap cars. So if Bowman came to get tires, probably half or more of that group might stay out.
Yeah, and when you have, I don't care if you have 2 laps on the tires, new tires make a huge difference here at this racetrack. And because it's so wide, you can make something out of those fresh tires and that extra speed.
I got an idea, Mike. You can stay out. We're all coming to get 4 fresh tires.
This is the one time Larry Mack agrees with us drivers that, okay, boys, I'm going to give up that track position, give you some fresh rubber.
I'm with you, but look at some of the names that are on the lead lap with just 14 to go here. Rookies like Tyler Reddick, Cole Custer, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher. Ricky Stenhouse is going to lap down just now, along with Kyle Larson. Not a factor at this moment, but I've got to think there are a couple that would roll the dice and at least make things interesting.
Well, and just like we have seen in the past, those cautions breed cautions. So you might not have to go all the way to the finish if it's a late caution. You might just need to cross that white finish, the start-finish line on the white flag.
Nice run for Reddick today, the 2-time Xfinity champ, running 13th for Richard Childress, as Alex Bowman continues to hold a lead of almost 5 seconds. Blaney for a while was eating into that margin, and now it has not changed a 1/10 of a second over the last 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, if I had to guess, Mike, he's just trying to maintain that right now. The last thing that they want is that caution to come out or have a tire issue, but he's got a nice gap. It helps him in traffic. He can navigate through them, not have to push the issue. I think the guy that's pushing the issue right now is Ryan Blaney. He needs to get up there, put some pressure on Bowman to try to push that right rear a little bit. I'd be telling my driver right now, hey, Ryan, the 88 had an issue with their right rear tire. Go push him to try to slide, so he's sliding that car, abusing that right rear tire.
Very little attrition, only 1 car out of the race. Christopher Bell with engine trouble. 8th place here, Almirola and Hamlin. And a bit of a frustrating day for Denny Hamlin.
Tell him when he hangs on my right rear, it gets tight. You don't care about that, bud. Yeah, you just got to do you, man. You race for the 11 car.
Yeah, so, when these cars are getting position around you, it changes the balance of the car because it changes the aerodynamics. So sometimes when you get to that right rear, it actually pulls the nose of the car and will actually turn the nose into the wall. Once you get a little bit further ahead to the door, now it starts to loosen the car up because it's pulling the air off the rear spoiler. Now the question is, who was he talking about that was doing that?
Right. Almirola in 8th place, going past Clint Boyer, who is now a lap down after cutting down a tire earlier and bringing out the only caution for cause in this race, aside from the stage brakes.
Yeah, and not only did he have that tire go down, but it ground the whole front splitter off the car, which is really going to hurt the performance of that car. So ever since that happened, he really had no chance. He was fading a little bit anyway, but after that, he really had no chance of fully recovering and getting that car up to speed.
And Joey Logano, last week's winner, restarted 13th, currently 14th.
Now, I'm a little surprised by this because we've seen where Penske's been fast today. We've seen it out of Brad Keselowski. We've seen it out of the 12 with Ryan Blaney. We saw it at times at Joey Logano, and even in his practice sessions, I thought his car looked like it was really good in the long runs. And I'm telling you, if the caution comes out, don't count this guy out, though. He's really aggressive on restarts.
Alex Bowman is our leader, and Jamie, he's increased that lead by half a second over the last 8 laps or so.
What an impressive run for the 88, Mike. I mean, here's the guy. What a long story it has taken, kind of a sad story to get all the way here to Hendrick Motorsports, thanks to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who touted him highly, making Dale Jr. proud today. Alex has now led over 100 laps today, looking for not just his first win at Auto Club Speedway, guys, but his first ever top 10 here as well.
In 2015, at age 22, the Tucson native said, the reality of it is, I'm probably never going to get a call from Rick Hendrick.
Never say never.
Never say never. It's all worked out well for Alex Bowman.
Well, and they, Greg Ives and this team of engineers at Hendrick Motorsports have been working really hard on their mile-and-a-half program. And, this is sort of in that even though it's a 2-mile racetrack, it's sort of in that area of what you work on your race car for performance. And boy, did they improve. They were one of the best cars on those tracks last year, and they're following that up this year here at Auto Club Speedway, a track that's not really been Alex Bowman's best.
Blaney has now drifted to 6.4 seconds back of the leader, Matt.
Mike, at this point, Ryan Blaney is just trying to hold on to lock in that P2 position. Earlier in the race, he had a vibration, but it was right before the stage. He's telling the team he's got a vibration again. Concerned that he's courting that tire. He's hoping to survive.
Yeah, and that might be why he's not able to push the issue like I was talking about, because he now has a concern. And a lot of times when you leave pit road and you're in a battle for the lead that could possibly turn into the win, you're pushing the car as hard as you possibly can. And I think that may have caused an issue with the tires on Ryan Blaney's car.
So in this run, with now just 7 laps to go, and Jimmy Johnson trying to hold on to 6th against Brad Keselowski, these drivers are asking these set of tires to last from 3 to 6 laps longer than in the stint that started this 3rd stage, and yet still maintain competitive and try to win this race.
And how do you grind those tires? As you see the crossover here by Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski, not giving up this spot easily. Looks like Brad's got a little bit stronger race car than Jimmy does right now, but these long abrasive corners, this surface is so abrasive that you're in the corner so long, sliding, grinding those tires down. There's not a lot you can do other than just back up the pace, but the setup of the car also plays a big factor in wearing those tires out.
Well, bad news for Blaney. The Busch brothers are coming. Kyle just passed Kurt, and they are both running their last lap at between 7/10 and a full second quicker than Blaney. They might catch him with about 2 to go.
And again, like you said, Mike, this race is not over till it's over, with even Bowman having to carry a few more laps than he did that last time. You got to make sure that he doesn't have an issue in the closing laps.
Chase Elliott in 5th, running about the same pace as his teammate Bowman, much faster than Blaney, not quite as quick as the Busch brothers. Eric Almirola in 8th has been battling Denny Hamlin to hold that spot.
Yeah, that's how you don't save the tires. Right. When you're battling with somebody working as hard as Eric Almirola has, they've been side by side swapping positions. That's using the tires up. We hear that an issue for the 12 going to come to pit road.
Ryan Blaney, if he pits, he will give up 2nd place.
Bummer. Such a bummer for Ryan Blaney. Off to a great start. Great day he's having here today.
And he will pit, Jeff, with 3 laps to go. Safety first.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely safety first. You don't want to tear up the race car and make things even worse. But you also, he is our points leader coming in this race. He wants to maintain those points as much as possible. You see that maybe that right rear tires maybe unwound one of the treads there, one of the cords.
Now he may be able to stay on the lead lap given his track position at the time he came in. 3 to go. Cole Custer was the last car on the lead lap. Now he is lapped by Alex Bowman, who will come to the stripe with 2 to go. So Blaney falls off the lead lap. That'll put him down around 23rd place, 22nd or so, with 2 to go. And now Kyle Busch, the new second place car, 10 seconds back of Bowman. And half a second faster.
I would call this a win for Kyle Busch. He has not had a lot of speed this weekend. He would be very happy to come home second today. Well, I say that. We know Kyle's never happy with second.
Here comes Bowman. The white flag waves. 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Austin Dillon to the pit lane for tires with 1 to go. Kyle Busch 9.7 back and closing as fast as he can.
You know, this is one of those drivers. He doesn't have this long-term contract at Hendrick Motorsports. His future's a little bit unknown. This moment right here, if he can complete this, which it looks like he will, a huge moment for Alex Bowman's career and future, and this season that he and Greg Ives and Hendrick Motorsports are starting to put together.
Alex Bowman comes to the stripe to win the Auto Club 400. Career win number 2.
Some emotion. You hear emotion out of the driver, Alex Bowman, and you saw the emotion right there, Greg Ives.